trails. You asked us to measure up. So yeah, we did. When life slings you mud, sling it right back. Stay strong, Toyota trucks.
Every new Toyota comes with Toyota Care, our no-cost maintenance plan. Visit your local Toyota dealer today. Find yours at Toyota.com. Toyota, let's go places.
Athletes know how important it is to stay hydrated. But did you know there are other ways to hydrate besides just drinking water? In fact, milk is a great hydration option because it actually contains water as well as electrolytes that are lost when your body sweats. So consider taking milk along with you to your next game or competition and enjoy the taste of greatness. For more help finding your greatness, visit unbottled.com.
It's time to start planning for back to school. That's why I got my kids vaccinated for COVID-19, so they can be protected from COVID when they're back in the classroom. Kids 12 and older can get vaccinated. The vaccines have been researched and tested. They're safe and they work. Getting vaccinated was quick and easy. You can walk into a pharmacy to get one. We got our COVID-19 vaccine, and I hope everyone will choose to get vaccinated too.
Get a free COVID-19 vaccine today. Find a location near you at covidvaccine.idaho.gov.
We're a valley-wide country store. For 100 years, we've been your #1 choice for food, fuel, farm supplies, and just about everything else you could need to get you through your day. We know you work until the job is done, and so do we. For gas on the go, or a little extra to help you get down the road, you can count on us. We are proud to employ your neighbors and to be a cornerstone of your community. We're valley-wide. Yesterday, today, and tomorrow, we're here for you.
A hit in the morning, another between class, after school, and more before bed. Vaping sucks you in quick. Not to mention all the chemicals and health problems everyone's talking about. That's why thousands of teens are ready to take back their life their own way with My Life, My Quit. When you sign up with us, you'll get a free and simple quit plan that makes it easier to stop vaping. Visit mylifemyquit.com or text Start My Quit to 36072.
You train, you sweat, you practice, you go for the gold, you give 110%, but most of all, you aim for greatness. And milk is the performance enhancer that can help get you to your goal. Trusted by athletes and backed by science, there's a healthy helping of greatness in every refreshing glass of milk. So let nature's original sports drink help quench your thirst for greatness. For more help finding your greatness, visit unbottled.com.
I decided to get vaccinated because I wanted to protect myself and my family and my customers from COVID-19. When I went to get my COVID-19 vaccine, it was an easy process. It's readily available. Since I got vaccinated, I'm confident I'm protected against the COVID-19 virus. My life has returned to business as usual.
Welcome to Blackfoot High School for tonight's IdahoSports.com game stream production of the 2021 Idaho State football quarterfinals playoffs. Tonight's tournament coverage presented by the Idaho Division of Public Health, your local Toyota dealer, Valley-wide co-op and country stores, and Project Filter. Stop smoking, start living. We're here at Blackfoot High School in good old Blackfoot, Idaho, as we prepare for the Nampa Bulldogs to take on the Blackfoot Broncos. I'm your host, play-by-play man, Tim Belknap. With me tonight, Matt Kelly. He's going to be the brains and the statistics behind all of the data tonight. And frankly, for the bad angles, we're going to hang him out of the window just to make sure that he gets the calls. It's a great night here. You can hear the band playing the Blackfoot School song. The Nampa Bulldogs lined up and prepared for the national anthem. The Blackfoot Broncos now lining up the end zone, preparing to take, they are taking their helmets off as they prepare for the national anthem. As we prepare for this quarterfinals playoff as the Nampa Bulldogs in town to take on the Blackfoot Broncos. The last time these two groups met, the Nampa Bulldogs pulled off the win back in 2019 in the semifinals. Nampa won that contest in Nampa by a final score of 35-14. So I'm sure Blackfoot's got it on their mind that they're going to beat this one tonight, Matt.
Yeah, definitely. Just for the fact that the Broncos are hosting here tonight, it's just to signify that they are higher in the ranks, and they obviously get home field advantage because of that.
Yeah, that is true. Nampa ranked 13 in the rankings with a 6-4 record versus Blackfoot's number 5 ranking on a 5-5 record. Both teams coming in here tonight making sure that they're going to make their voice heard to get into the semifinals. Folks, we're going to take just a minute here as we break away for the national anthem.
Dear Detour, you took us off-road on the gnarliest trails. You asked us to measure up, so yeah, we did. When life slings you mud, sling it right back. Stay strong, Toyota trucks.
Every new Toyota comes with Toyota Care, our no-cost maintenance plan. Visit your local Toyota dealer today. Find yours at Toyota.com. Toyota, let's go places.
A hit in the morning, another between class, after school, and more before bed. Vaping sucks you in quick. Not to mention all the chemicals and health problems everyone's talking about. That's why thousands of teens are ready to take back their life their own way with My Life, My Quit. When you sign up with us, you'll get a free and simple quit plan that makes it easier to stop vaping. Visit mylifemyquit.com or text Start My Quit to 36072.
We're Valley-wide country store. For 100 years, we've been your #1 choice for food, fuel, farm supplies, and just about everything else you could need to get you through your day. We know you work until the job is done, and so do we. For gas on the go or a little extra to help you get down the road, you can count on us. We are proud to employ your neighbors and to be a cornerstone of your community. We're Valley-wide. Yesterday, today, and tomorrow, we're here for you.
It's not a secret that finding a new car this year is a little tricky. Between chip shortages and supply problems, there's more reasons than ever to come to our no-problem dealerships when you need a new car or truck. Our acquisitions team works hard to make sure that we have a great selection of vehicles to choose from, and our easy-to-buy, easy-to-do business with sales team is ready to deliver the same great value price that we've had for nearly 20 years. Teton Toyota, where it's always no problem to buy and service your car.
Dear Detour, you took us off-road on the gnarliest trails. You asked us to measure up, so yeah, we did. When life slings you mud, sling it right back. Stay strong, Toyota trucks.
Every new Toyota comes with Toyota Care, our no-cost maintenance plan. Visit your local Toyota dealer today. Find yours at Toyota.com. Toyota, let's go places.
Athletes know how important it is to stay hydrated. But did you know there are other ways to hydrate besides just drinking water? In fact, milk is a great hydration option because it actually contains water as well as electrolytes that are lost when your body sweats. So consider taking milk along with you to your next game or competition and enjoy.
Welcome back to Blackfoot High School as we now prepare for the kickoff for the Blackfoot Broncos and the Nampa Bulldogs. The Bulldogs will be receiving the kick, Blackfoot kicking off. Blackfoot kicking right to left on the field as we're calling it tonight. Matt Kelly here is the color guy. I'm the play-by-play guy, Tim Belknap, and the game is underway. As Blackfoot kicks off, the Bulldogs are going to pick it up at the 20-yard line, come around the left side of the field, and they'll bring it out to the 30, maybe the 31. That's going to be great field position for the Bulldogs to start off the game tonight.
Yeah, I think I had Dante Ahian on the return there, running back, defensive back for the Nampa Bulldogs.
It's a great return. He took it to 20. He's picked up 11 yards from high school. I'll take that every time. That's not a deep kick. He was kicking into the wind. Nampa's going to line up. They come without a huddle. Our quarterback tonight, Gabe Navarro, is going to set up in the shotgun. One back in motion. He now moves over to the left side. He's going to hand it off. That'll be handed off to number 13. That's Daniel Carrillo. Carrillo's going to pick up maybe a gain of 2 on the play. Not much there, but certainly a good play. Looks like Nampa's going to be running without a huddle today and a little bit of a hurry-up offense. That always messes up a broadcast. You don't have time to look up names. Make sure you get the right player. We're going to do our best, folks. Again, Navarro sets up 2 backs in motion. He's going to hand off again to Carrillo. Carrillo's pounding up the middle. It goes off the left tackle, He's going to pick up a gain of about 5 on the play. That'll set up a 3rd and 6 for the Bulldogs.
Handful of Broncos on the tackle there. Just kind of the defense just kind of closing around that and just taking them down.
All right, the Bulldogs lining up again. They got a 3rd and 4 here. And Nampa setting up. Now they're having some communication problems. Navarro looking to the sideline, trying to see what they're doing here. And it's going to be a flag. There'll be a false start against the Bulldogs as there appeared to be some motion on the line as they turned around to try and see what was going on. And so they'll move them back 5 yards. It's now going to set up 3rd and 9 for the Bulldogs. Again, out of the shotgun. Navarro's rolling. He's going to throw. He's got enough room. He's got a receiver, and they're going to get the first down as Navarro connects that to Trace Higgins, and he'll move it forward for the first down. They'll spot the ball at the 45-yard line. 1st and 10, Nampa.
You know, Tim, I'm noticing all these Nampa players are looking at their wrist between each play. I wonder if they have either a sequence or just a...
They have some predetermined calls. Navarro back to throw. He throws deep. Almost picked off by the Broncos. Well defended, actually, by Higgins from Nampa. If he hadn't hit that Blackfoot player had a lead on that ball, might have caught it. As it is, Higgins hitting pretty good. It falls incomplete. That'll bring up a 2nd and 10 for the Bulldogs. Nice brisk night here in Blackfoot, Idaho. And this is great information, or great high school football here, as it's a little brisk. We got the wind blowing in our faces. Nothing like football in Idaho, especially during state tournament time. Nampa going to take the ball. Carrillo's going to take it again off tackle. He'll pick up a gain of 5 yards on the play. That'll set up 3rd and 5, right where they were just a few minutes ago. And then had the illegal motion call and drop back and had a nice 15-yard pickup. We'll see if they do that again as they, again, go without huddle. They are, as Matt pointed out earlier, running with cards on everybody's hands. So they're calling some series where everybody can look at their hand and not have to go into a huddle, which gets a hurry-up offense. They go to the line, now to the shotgun again. They're trying to draw them off. Navarro using some voice inflections and some hand inflections. Nobody moving. Now they're going to hand it off. They're going to go up the middle. Carrillo takes it right up the middle. The nose guard for the Broncos holds tough. They're still going to pick up a gain of probably 3.5 on the play, but not enough for the first down. So that right over the midfield line, about the Blackfoot 48-yard line. It's going to be 4th down and 4. You see, is that where they're marking it? I guess they didn't get the gain that I thought they gave them, so they really only give them about 1.5 yards on that. It's going to be 4th and 4, and the Bulldogs lining up to go for it. I really thought they'd kick from here, but they are not. And so now they line up. They're going to go for it on 4th. Navarro's going to take it on a quarterback keeper. He goes up the middle. He goes around, bounces off the left tackle, and he's going to pick up the first down. He'll go about 2 yards beyond the first down in a great athletic move as Navarro was stopped about a yard short of the first down. He just did a little spin move, went off that left tackle, and he picked up the first down. So that's 2 straight third down and a fourth down where the Bulldogs have captured and gained the first down, and they're making their way downfield. They're trying to be the first ones to strike here in this quarterfinal game between Nampa and Blackfoot. Navarro out of the shotgun. He's dropping back. He's looking to throw deep. He's throwing. It's picked off by the Broncos. That's going to be an interception. Trying to see who picked that off. Looks like for the Broncos, that's number 23, Deegan Hale. His dad and grandpa sitting next to us as they're the local radio broadcasters. I think they're a little bit excited about that. But the Broncos stave off the drive by the Nampa Bulldogs as they get that interception. And they're going to now be set up. I'm trying to see the spot of the ball. And they are going to be... got a whole bunch of people walking in front of us here. Can't see the play. They're going to be set up at the 10-yard line. So the Broncos... 1st and 10 from the 10 as Jackson Grimmett lines up as the quarterback for the Broncos. Puts a man in motion. He's out of the backfield, or the shotgun. He's going to pitch it out to his lone back. That back's going to be brought down at the line of scrimmage. Really no gain on the play. Well read by the Bulldogs. Broncos needing to make sure that they are getting this to work a little better. That was Austin Ramirez on the carry. But he was met and brought down quickly by Cody Rowley. Rowley? Not sure which that is, Matt. Maybe you keep me honest on names. But no gain, really, on the play. Well, I guess they're going to credit him with 2 yards. I don't see where that must have been a forward motion call as he was brought down at the line of scrimmage. Grimmett in the shotgun again, lone back. He's going to look for a quick pass to the side. He's going to connect. They're going to pick up probably a gain of 5. As Hale makes that catch. It goes out of bounds instantly. Still going to set up a little bit of breathing room for him, but a 3rd and 4, and this is a big 3rd and 4 for the Broncos, Matt. They are needing to get this to get out a little bit of breathing room to be able to move the ball. Nampa well defending this. Grimmett again makes the pass. He's going to connect to his receiver on the left side, short side of the field here in front of us. That receiver will pick up the first down. That connection's to Javante King, their premier receiver. King has the ability, if he gets that ball, to really light this game up. So I'm sure Nampa's well scouted on that aspect. But they'll set it at the 23-yard line, 1st and 10 for the Broncos. Grimmett again in the shotgun. He's probably going to run out of the shotgun all night. He's going to fake a handoff to Ramirez. He's going to get the block. He's still going. He's coming on the sideline. He's going to bring it out to about the 40-yard line, but there's a flag in the backfield, and we know what a flag in the backfield means, Matt.
Yeah, that's going to be holding.
Yeah.
Take it back.
They're all walking back. They all know trying to see who the official is tonight down there. Our referee, my good friend Blair Peepo, out on the call tonight. He tells us it is a holding call. They're going to move the ball back to the 10-yard line. So that's going to set up a very long, the down mark says 1st and 20, but it's actually, I believe, 2nd and 20. Or 3rd. That was a 3rd down, wasn't it, Matt? Yeah, now they change it. It is a 3rd and very long. They say 3rd and 25. As Grimmett's going to drop back. He fakes the quick pass and then goes up the middle. He's going to pick up 5 yards, not anywhere near what he needed to get. Probably enough room for a quick punt, but not enough room for what they really wanted. Obviously the first down, but even breathing room for their punter. As they're going to be forced, I would think they would be forced when they're at the 15-yard line, if they're that.
Yeah, that's looking close to the 10 even.
It is at the 10, 11. But they are going to go for it. They now say it's 2nd. I'm not quite sure why we're mixed up on downs. Grimmett's going to throw deep. He throws to King on the sideline. It falls incomplete. Well defended. The Bulldogs, Trace Higgins, he just proved that he can climb the ladder just as high as Javonte King. That could be an interesting defense as they're going to have problems, I think, throwing at King. King was man-to-man with Higgins, and Higgins was right up there, tipped the ball away from King, and that sets up now 3rd and, let's just say, forever. All right, Grimmett looking. He's going to throw the quick pass to the side. He's looking for a block, but he's not going to get it as he's going to be pushed out of bounds. As the official was hit and knocked out of bounds. I'm not sure where that spot is. That had to hurt. Our thoughts go out to the official there on that. I think that was Mike Coltsman, the linesman there. He's a good linesman. I hate to see him go down like that. That had to hurt. Well short of the first down for the Broncos. They did get a good gain on that. Is this going to set up a 4th and 6 for the Broncos? And most of the time, that's going to be a punting situation. They don't act like they're waiting for the punter to come in. So, Matt, is this going to be a game of bravado tonight?
I guess so. If you're going for it on 4th and, I guess we'll say 7.
Well, Nampa went for it on 4th and 9 and picked it up.
Right. You know, like my reasoning to that was that Nampa was on the 50. Maybe they just don't have a punter they could trust to get it pinned or anything like that. But Blackfoot's back on their own 30 or, 30, 20, 27. And,
just a side note, the reason they stopped play there for a moment is that Trace Higgins for the Nampa Bulldogs is being looked at. He didn't get up. He's helped up, and he runs off the field of his own volition. So I'm sure we'll see him right back in. But if I'm Blackfoot, knowing he's off the field, I'm going to throw at King. Now they're going to punt. They show a punting, drops back. Blackfoot's punt gets a nice punt. It hangs strong. The Bulldogs wisely call for a fair catch, and that'll be marked down at the 30-yard line.
We have a flag down here over on the far sideline.
Oh, yes, we do.
I think it might be either false start or encroachment on this.
Looking for my friend Blair to see what he is. He's talking to Nampa. That usually means it's going to go against Blackfoot, as he's going to now come out and he'll address the stands. An illegal motion call against Blackfoot. They're going to decline that. I don't see why they would do anything other. 30-yard line for field position. They started there on the last series of downs and did very, very well. So why would you not take that and run with it and worry that they're going to maybe blast one farther back, or the ball isn't catchable, and so it rolls and puts them deep. So
yeah, it's always a dangerous idea to give someone a second thought at it.
So true, so true. All right, the Bulldogs are going to line up again. No huddle as Navarro goes into the shotgun. Single back. Now a back goes in motion, and 2 motion men. The back sets, and the tight end's going to go to the other side of the field. They'll hand it off. That's going to be Dante Avangi, and he's going to run it off that left tackle. Takes it all the way down to midfield before being brought down. That was a great running play. Nampa having their running game operating on all cylinders tonight as they move the chains. It'll be another first down for the Nampa Bulldogs. So far this quarter, it's been all Nampa, as Blackfoot with the home field advantage. The stands packed here on both sides as Nampa traveled well. Nampa's now going to take the ball. They're going to hand it off again, off tackle. They'll pick up a gain of about 3 on that play. Just trying to see who that was. On the carry, Ryan Schuler with the carry, and he's going to be given exactly 3 yards. It'll set up 2nd and 7. And they'll again, this no huddle is messing with me a little bit, Matt. I'm not used to it. I'm used to be able to look at things during the downtime. And again, Blackfoot plays this one well as they hand off on a sweep off of tackle, and Blackfoot reads it well. Matt, did you see who got that tackle?
I didn't, but he picked up maybe half a yard or a yard on that game. But Blackfoot just had that locked down.
They did.
That was that. I give credit to the defensive end on that. Just that's what they're talking about when they say contain, contain, contain.
Looked like Trey Trotner with the containment there, or the tackle at least. as it brings up a big third down for the Bulldogs. They now going to hand it off again. They're going to hand it off to Carrillo. Carrillo met that line, just collapses. No real gain, maybe a yard on that play. Well defended by the Broncos. Braxton Marlett, who led tacklers, but that whole Blackfoot Bronco defensive line just collapsed. And now is going to set up that 4th and 6 for the Bulldogs. And they're showing the no fear motion tonight. Again, they 4th down. They're going to go for it again as Navarro sets up in the shotgun. He looks now back at the official. He's looking to see how much time they have left as he's trying to use his audible to bring Blackfoot off. Now they're going to drop back. He's going to throw. He makes the play. The receiver's there. He's going to pick up the first down. He makes the connection to Sam Tiffany. Tiffany's going to take it all the way down to the Bronco 30-yard line. And not only is that a first down, but that's deep on the Blackfoot side of the field.
We have some flags down around the 50.
That's right where that block happened, isn't it?
Yeah, I wonder if they got a little bit too much on it.
Block in the back could be, as we look, as Mr. Peepo comes out. He's consulting with either the Blackfoot coach or the line judge. There is a little bit of discussion. Everybody listening intently. Trying to... Looks like it's now conversing with the Nampa Bulldogs coaching staff. But the Bulldogs, they're going to have the penalty against them. I'm just waiting to see what it is as everyone moves about 5 yards on the field. Okay. The officials now signified pass interference on the offense. So that was a very selective hold. The reason that they probably got that catch and block at the same time. Usually that means you've got 2 receivers crossing and one plowed into the man-to-man coverage for the other receiver, allowed the receiver to catch and go. Now that's going to set up a 4th and 20 for the Bulldogs, and they're saying we're brave, but we're not that brave as they bring in their punter. Takes the snap. He gets off a good punt. He's going to back up the Broncos. The Broncos are going to say, no dice, we're not going to take a fair catch. They should have, as the ball takes a Nampa roll and gets an extra 9 yards. And now looks like it's going to be back at the 11-yard line. You know, Blackfoot not getting very good field position as we start this game. They're needing to get out of the 10-yard line, and thus far haven't been able to do so, Matt.
Yeah, it's gonna be a battle tonight for Blackfoot. I think there's a lot of things going on into this game that I wonder if they could be a contributing factor to it. You know, Blackfoot just assuming they have home advantage and kind of just, you know, being the higher ranked team here and just kind of letting it go to their head possibly.
Well, a 6-5 team against a 5-5 team, nobody should overthink the other one at all.
It's all speculation at this point.
It's true. All right, Blackfoot's going to take the snap. Grimmett with the handoff. He's going to be caught in the backfield. And that's going to be Ramirez, and there is no gain. In fact, that'll be a loss as it looks like Peyton Gunter is going to be leading the tacklers for the Bulldogs. They're going to lose 3 yards on that play, not what the Broncos needed when they're already at their 11-yard line. So they'll come up the line again. Interesting enough, Blackfoot now going without huddle. So we're either going to have a really fast game or a lot of offense. Blackfoot takes a snap. Grimmett's going to throw downfield. He throws to a receiver who was going down at the first down markers, and he goes down just in front of the ball. It's going to fall incomplete. Now Blackfoot faced with a 3rd and 13. What's the officials doing here? The officials making some okay. The official, I thought for a moment, was calling a penalty, but he was just telling the Blackfoot sideline to back up. That's better than a penalty if you're Blackfoot. Blackfoot now at the line. Grimmett's calling for the ball. One back in the backfield. Grimmett's going to look back. He's going to look to throw. He's being chased, and he's in his own end zone. He's got to get that ball away. He's trying to, and he now throws, but it's going to go into the Nampa sideline. There's no chance for a catch as they took him down. I don't see a flag. Do you, Matt?
I don't either. You know, I wonder
I think the Nampa sideline going nuts as they're cheering. I thought perhaps they thought they'd got a safety or an can't remember the call. Can't think of it. The quarterback throwing the ball when he's outside of the box.
Intentional grounding.
Intentional. Thank you. Wow.
That
cold wind right on my face. Brain burn right there. All right, the Broncos no choice now as their punter sets up in their own backfield in the end zone. He's going to get off a short squib kick. It does get a Blackfoot roll, but it's going to roll out of bounds at the 45-yard line. So Nampa will again get the ball in great field position, almost midfield. They are really, so far, dominating. And I'm watching the Blackfoot coach on the sideline. He's aware of that, and I can't tell. I think he's yelling at his kids. We'll take this break, though, to just recognize our power boosters. Matt, you want to just recognize some of our power boosters for tonight's game?
Yeah, we'd like to thank, over in Nampa, we'd like to thank Big Insurance, Overhead Door Company, Pacific Residential Mortgage, Trans Systems LLC, and Best Western Pepper Tree in Nampa.
Our thanks to these power boosters. And, again, going without a huddle, we don't have a lot of time. So the Bulldogs up to the line. Navarro takes the snap. He's going to fake a handoff and come off tackle. He's going to pick up some good yards as he'll probably pick up 5, maybe 6 yards. And before he's brought down, trying to see who's tackled there for the Broncos. Looks like that is Carson Trejo making the tackle, but not before Navarro picks up 5-yard gain. And gets them, 2nd and 5. That's doable. Pick up 2 to 4 yards, 2 to 5 yards a carry. They got plenty of space. As they come up to the line, they all look at their wrists. Navarro calls for the ball. He's going to hand it off to Carrillo. Carrillo's going to be, that's not Carrillo. That is Schuler. Schuler's going to pick up a gain of 3 on the play. Again for the Broncos. Carson Trejo leading the tacklers.
Yep.
A number of them in there, including Traden Henderson. Little trivia point, Traden Henderson, a relative of mine. It's my cousin's son. He's an all-state wrestler. That's pretty cool stuff, I think.
Yeah, it helps you with your tackling, I'm sure.
Yeah, if he picks him up and body slams him, that might not be so cool. All right, Nampa now with a 3rd and a long 3, let's say. Navarro takes the ball. He's going to hand it off up the middle. That's going to go to Carrillo again. Looks like it's a fumble on the play. Blackfoot saying that they've got it. I'm waiting for the call. The officials now signal it is Blackfoot ball. So another turnover by the Broncos. It looked like Nicholas Walker was coming up with the ball on that. At least he was the one that sold it to the officials. Good move by Walker. And the Broncos with their best field position of the entire game here as they'll get the ball at the 47-yard line. 1st and 10 Broncos.
Yeah, we're above the Blackfoot sideline here, and it's just kind of everything got electric all of a sudden.
Yeah. I was looking around going, what's the matter? So, didn't realize. I thought Carrillo was down. The official saying he was not. Grimmett with a man in motion, 1 man on the backfield. He's going to be a blocker as Grimmett looks to throw. He's going to find King. King's going to juke one tackler, and he's having his way. Now there's a little bit of dancing. He'll go out of bounds at about the 36, 37-yard line. And he did not want to go out of bounds. He put a stiff arm out there. And the Bulldogs not liking that, and I can understand that. Nobody likes a hand to the face.
Yeah,
I get that.
The monster got unleashed right there, Tim. Yeah. He just kind of, as you said, at his way, he kind of unleashed on the Bulldogs.
1st and 10 now for the Broncos as they are going to put that at the 37. So the Nampa Bulldog 37 best field position for the Broncos tonight. Grimmett's going to hand it off. Navarro's going to take it, but he does avoid a tackler. We thought he had him in the backfield as he's going to push forward and pick up probably a gain of 5 on that play. See if they give him any more as he does get tackled out of bounds, so it's always dependent upon that spot. Looks like the line judge now moves the ball back, and he's going to give him a gain of 6 on the play. That's doable.
Blackfoot keeps going short side towards us, towards their sideline on that hash, and they're just finding room there, I guess.
Good call. It's working for them. They need to keep it up. Man in motion now for the Broncos. They're going to hand off again to Navarro as Navarro is going to try and find a hole. He's going downfield. There's a flag flies in the backfield. So I think even though he's able to get down about the 16-yard line, I think it's all coming back, and the officials do indicate a holding penalty against the Broncos. So not only does it come back, but it's going to set them back another 10 yards. And instead of 2nd and 4, it's going to be a 2nd and 14. It's fun having my good friend Blair People out there. The official crew tonight, the referee Blair People, the umpire Tegan Smith, the linesman Mike Colson, the line judge Ryan Hansen, and the back judge Brian Meekum. This is a very experienced crew, each one of them carrying many years. I know Blair carries almost 30 years of experience, so they know what they're doing. Blackfoot's going to go again with a fake to Navarro, and Grimmett's going to keep it. He's going to get back to the 35. Kind of see if they're going to give him the 35 or the 36-yard line. Waiting for the spot. Looks really close to a 35-yard line. Waiting for them to spot it. Now they move back a yard. Man, I am just not following what they're doing. And it looks like it's another flag as the Broncos move back substantially. I'm waiting for the call. The line judge is setting up for marking off a penalty against the Broncos. Another holding call against the Broncos. The Bulldogs decline it. Wise call on their part. They're already going to leave that line of scrimmage. Clear back here now with a 2nd and 3rd. They're going to decline it, so it will become a 3rd instead of accepting it. It's a 3rd and 7. So Blackfoot have the work cut out here, and that's why they declined that, Matt.
Yeah, I don't know why you don't decline that, or why you decline that there, I guess.
I don't either, but they did. Grimmett now rolling out to his right side with the ball. He's looking. He throws deep. It's not going to be caught. Javante King in the end zone, and he gets his pocket picked as it looked like a touchdown, and hands off to the Nampa Bulldogs. I'm trying to get his number, as that's way across the field from us. It looks like that is Dante. Help me out, Matt. Vigian?
Dante Avian as well.
Matt and I both speak English and Spanish. It messes up our English most of the time, but didn't matter as we come down to the end of the first quarter of play. It's been 12 minutes, and there is no score in this ball game. The Nampa Bulldogs 0, the Blackfoot Broncos 0, and that'll give us just a minute to continue to recognize some of our power boosters. Matt, you want to grab those?
Yeah, here in town in Blackfoot, we have Conquest Insurance, Trans Systems LLC, Blaine Robbins Electric, Teton Auto Group, Bingham Memorial Orthopedic Institute, and 21st Century Auto Sales.
Oh, we appreciate these power boosters. They're part of the reason why you get to watch this game, or get to watch. Sorry, folks, audio stream only tonight. You get to listen to this game live and free, no cost to you. All right, the Broncos now setting up with a 4th down. They're going to go with it. Broncos throw over the middle. Grimmett makes connection. He gets King. King's going to get the 1st down and about 4 yards beyond it. So both teams showing some grit tonight as they get 4th down calls and pick up the 1st down. That's a gutsy move. I want to say you only usually see that in high school ball when everything's on the line. Tonight's the last game for many seniors on whichever side loses, and so they're giving it everything. You know, when you hang up that helmet, you want to make sure you hang it up, having given it everything, win or lose. So tonight it's going to be interesting to see on a 0-0 score who gets that off. All right, they'll set up a 1st down for the Broncos. Broncos going to take the snap. Grimmett rolls around to the right side of the field. He looks for a receiver. He finds one. King is going to be out of bounds as he goes up to catch it. That is not King. My apologies. I tried to see. They hit him in midair. So that is Hale. Hale on that sideline trying to make the catch. He was up. I think he had enough room to make the catch, come down and get inside. But the Bulldogs not giving him a chance. They hit him midair, and that knocks the ball loose, and it becomes a moot discussion. So it'll be 2nd and 10. The Broncos at their the Nampa Bulldogs 24-yard line. They're going to set up again. Shotgun, one back. trips to this end. And it's going to be a fake as Grimmett takes it up the middle. He's going to make the first down. He's going to get it into the end zone. Touchdown, Blackfoot. What a fake by the Broncos quarterback. Everybody, including us, was keying on Ramirez as it looked like he took the fake. Grimmett auditions, as I like to say, for the IdahoSports.com player of the game as he takes that up 24 yards right up the middle, doing a little dancing and juking, and gets the touchdown as the Broncos now take the lead 6-0 as they set up for the extra point. The kick is up. The kick is good, and the Broncos come out into the second quarter and erupt on what has been a very challenging first quarter for them. Not a lot of offense, and they start this first part of the second quarter with the touchdown and the lead now in this quarterfinal playoff here at Blackfoot, Idaho. We're up here in the broadcast booth. It's a tight booth, and so we got a lot of people around us. We got local radio. We have the announcer, his spotter, the scorekeeper, and a couple other people. I'm not quite sure who they are. Now they're playing the Blackfoot fight song, and everybody, this is school spirit. You got everybody up here in the booth but us standing up, clapping along. High school sports at its best, folks. A nice breeze blowing here to keep you reminded that it's not summer. It's definitely late fall. And when you play football late fall, you see a lot of gloves on the players. And I see most players down there trying to keep their hands warm. As the Broncos are going to set up to kick off. Nampa needing to convert some of that offense. They had a great first half on offense. They drove the ball, and turnovers, those 2 turnovers really hurt them. And then they ended up with a penalty that turned into having to punt. So the Broncos kick off. Nampa's going to take the kickoff. Going to get to the 20, the 25. They're going to be brought down about the 28-yard line, and a flag flies. That'll be interesting to see if that's on the Nampa Bulldogs with a block to the back, or on the Broncos. Little, I don't know, unnecessary roughness, Matt?
Yeah, I didn't really see much of it, but it looks like it's
going against Nampa. So probably a block to the back, defense or holding maybe.
Yeah.
As they're lining up to march that off, as we're looking at Blair Peepo to make the call. Illegal block to the back, the call. That'll be a 10-yard penalty if I don't miss my guess.
I think you're, yeah.
And that's from the spot of the foul.
Yep.
So that's going to put the ball back at the 20. So not as bad as that could have been. Only really cost them a net gain of about 8 from the end of that play. Waiting for the officials. I'm not quite sure. Oh, they're trading out balls. Why are they throwing the ball away? As they trade out the balls, just try to keep them fresh and maybe warm. And Nampa now going to take over as they're going to move triple receivers, trips to the top of the screen. As they move right to left now on our screen, they're going to hand that off. That is going to be of Vijani. And he's going to be given a gain of about 4 yards on the play. Blackfoot really collapsing on that. I think a good job by that defensive end for the Broncos. Again, we're going to have to make sure we know who that is, because he's doing a good job of containment. He turned that play in and turned it right into the line of scrimmage for the Broncos. So they do give the Bulldogs a 4-yard gain, but not what it could have been, because that looked like he was going to catch the corner along the sideline and go crazy. They're going to try that same play again, see if it works again. This time it works better for them, as the Bulldogs are probably going to pick up a gain of probably 5 yards, give them a very obtainable, probably 3rd and 2. 2.5, really. Football, you don't call the half, but so we call that, we're going to say 3rd and 3 now, as the Bulldogs look to the coaching crew. They call it in by their hand signals, and then they're going to come out and set up at the line. I really look to see that same play. Worked for them two runs in a row. Why not? Get the first down. It's a 3rd and 3 for the Bulldogs. Out of the shotgun, they take the snap. Navarro going to just get that done himself. He takes the ball. He's going to go hit the hole, and I think he's going to be short. That's going to be so close, folks.
Yeah, you might.
He really, I don't think, made that line of gain, but it's going to be close enough that they'll call the chains out, I think.
Yeah, you might measure on this one here. Yep.
The officials conferring, and of course they're now marking the chain so that they can bring it out, I think. No, they don't. They say he's short. There we go. I know Blair. I know him well. It's not like Blair to not call the chains out. He now calls official time, and they're going to bring the chains out.
Yep.
That'll give the Broncos and the Bulldogs a little bit of an opportunity to take a breather, and us an opportunity to recognize some of our sponsors, our commercial advertisers for tonight's game. They include Lava Hot Springs. Lava Hot Springs is your destination for a relaxing day away from it all, just 10 minutes from McCammon and I-15. They are open daily from 9 a.m. to 10 p.m., 11 p.m. on Friday and Saturday, and are happily welcome visitors to sit and enjoy their world-famous hot pools. I'd take those right now. The all-natural geothermal hot springs are always a warm 102 to 112 degrees. Their indoor aquatic center is open for the fall season on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, and they offer kiddie splash time on Tuesdays and Wednesday mornings. Lava Hot Springs is taking extra precaution to ensure your safety at this time. They ask patrons to be respectful of others as you come and soak all your worries away. Check out LavaHotSprings.com for more information. All right, that is a short inches left. Nampa obviously going to go, as they'll probably be able to pick this up with a quarterback keeper, and they do set up with the shotgun. I'd probably go under center if it were me.
Trying to get Blackfoot to jump off sides here.
That hasn't worked well for them. That must be part of their game plan. They've studied film and seen that that's a tendency. Now Navarro's going to take the ball. He'll get the first down in about 2 yards as he does punch the hole just off of the left tackle, or left guard, excuse me.
Yeah, I've seen that recently a lot more. It's quarterbacks taking it in shotgun and diving themselves. I guess it's worked for a couple of teams.
Well, it just worked for the Bulldogs. They picked up 2 yards beyond the line. Yeah, I'm old school. You go under center and look to probably just get the first down, and these guys are looking beyond that as they get the first down, and now we'll line up with a fresh series of downs. All right, Navarro back to pass. He's going to catch a guy over the middle. Looks like it's going to be a gain of 9. What a great look, as he was well defended.
I had a flag on this sideline here on the Blackfoot sideline.
On the catch, Peyton Gunter for the Bulldogs. We're waiting to see what that flag is. Yeah, that's going to go against Nampa.
Legal formation, I think, is...
Yeah, they just mark off 5 yards. That's better than a hold.
Yeah.
Hey, for those of you paying attention to other high school action, just an update right now. Rigby up over Capital 21-7 with 10 minutes left in the second quarter, and an exciting game. I believe that's being played up in Rigby. So 2 top teams in that 5A bracket here in southeast Idaho. Rigby so far in control of that game. We never know. It's just in the second quarter. Anything could happen. All right, Navarro sets up with one back. He's going to fake to the back, and he's going to keep that ball. What a great move, but the Broncos read it, and the entire Blackfoot Bronco team collapses on Navarro, and he was wishing he hadn't have done that, because that's 4 or 5 very big dudes. Braxton Marlett leading tacklers. Who else did I pick out there? Steven Sanders, Steven Sanders in on that tackle. Henderson in on that tackle. I'm sure he felt that. Those are 4 big dudes.
Yeah, we say it all the time. When it's chilly out, it hurts more. So
that's true. When you those hands, how do you keep them warm? And a quarterback can't wear gloves. He's got to have the fill the ball. So they're going to lose 3, maybe 4 yards on that play. They're going to go deep now as the Bulldogs throw deep. He's got a receiver, and he does not keep a hold of that ball. He had a hand on it, but wasn't able to bring it in. And, man, what speed that is demonstrated by Carrillo. Am I saying that right? Carrillo?
Carrillo, yeah.
I want to say Daniel Carrillo. That's how I want to say it, but I'm trying to say it in the proper context. Hopefully it's Carrillo or Carrillo. I can't say it in English, man. Help me out. Carrillo. That's there we go. One of those 2. But what speed. He was almost 40 yards downfield on that throw. So great arm and great speed. All right, Nampa's going to take the ball. They roll around the right side of the field. They've got a throw and a catch, but they're going to say he was out of bounds as The linesman over there says he didn't bring his feet down in, and that's a big, they had the first down, and now that sets up 4th and 14. Big change of fortunes for the Bulldogs there, as I thought they were going to move the sticks. On the far side of the field, folks, so far away from us, there's no chance that we'd see it through all the players on the field, and the line judge right there, literally 2 feet in front of him. I'm trusting Mike Colson. He knows what he's doing. He makes the call, and Nampa now from their own, what are they, the 27-yard line, forced to punt and get that ball away. So Nampa, looks like Nampa's short a player, and they send a player out. That's not good special teams. Now they take the snap, the punt's up, it gets a booming punt away. Holy cow. That's going to go out of bounds about the 12-yard line. Where do they spot that? They're going to spot it at the nut.
That's 6 or 7 yard.
7-yard line. I was watching where it went out, and the official came in and threw his chip right there at the 7-yard line. That's a monster kick. I didn't catch the number, and I'm going to have to pay attention to the punter for the Bulldogs because that man deserves a scholarship somewhere. That was an incredible boot as he was kicking about his own 10-yard line, and with the roll, they're going to mark that down at the 8-yard line for the Broncos.
And you don't even really have a backwind to that. It's more of a crosswind.
It's a crosswind, yeah. And you see that because he kicked at midfield, and it went out of bounds just here on the short field with us with the way the wind was blowing. Great kick by the Bulldogs punter. Blackfoot setting up from their own 8. Grimmett is going to hand it off. Ramirez takes it up the middle. He's going to pick up some breathing room as he'll take it out to the 20-yard line.
Be good for a first down.
That will be good for a first down. Great move as he really broke 2 tackles, one at the line and one right after the line, and was able to get a great play that I thought was probably going to only be about 3 yards, turned into a first down. So good move by the Broncos. They are that line breaking some good holds for Ramirez. All right, they're going to hand it off again. No, excuse me. It's a quick shuttle pass. He kicks it from the body intended for Deegan Hale. It's going to fall incomplete, so they'll have a second down.
Yeah, that was
I missed the whole thing, Matt. You tell him because there's a post in front of me.
Well, that was a risky throw, I think. But he had the confidence to make it. He just didn't connect with his receiver. But it was between 2 bodies. It was probably like 5 feet off the ground. It was kind of a sidearm thing.
That shuttle pass that Patrick Mahomes has made really popular. We've seen Blackfoot when we called them against Skyline. They threw that a time or two. All right, Grimmett's going to throw, intending for Hale at the 30. He throws at his feet. Hale jumps back to get it, but is not able to pick it up. And he had the first down again. If he'd have been on the money with that throw, I think he just rushed it a little bit, was thinking that he was going to come down, and he had more time than he was giving himself.
Yeah. The pass was a little bit a little rushed, is what I noticed.
So the Broncos now with a third down, 3rd and 10, having to get out of this area. They started off this series really good with a running play, and then 2 quick dropped passes. Grimmett's going to see if he can get his luck back with the pass. He rolls, sees no receivers. He's going to roll around the left side. He's now looking to throw. He throws. He's got a receiver, and he drops it. Oh, my goodness. He had touchdown all over that. Oh, boy, you hate to see that.
Is that
That's Court Capson.
Yeah.
Capson, he's a wide receiver. He should have had that. He kind of had to look back behind him a little, but literally he was wide open. If he'd have had that ball, he'd have gone for 6.
It just bounced right off his hands.
I think that's cold hands. I think it went through his hands and hit his helmet the way that bounced. And so that's going to set up a 4th and 10 from their own 20. And, of course, the Broncos hoping, as they kick into this crosswind, to get the same kind of a punt that they just got. Really, as the Nampa Bulldogs boomed their punt, Blackfoot looking to see if they can do the same thing. High snap. It's going to be a really shallow kick and go about midfield. All right, a little bit of interruption here as the kick's going to be marked down about the Nampa 28-yard line. So they're kind of starting where they left off. All right, they're going to mark that at the 28. The officials trading the ball. I'm sure they're trying to bring that ball off and warm it up a little bit on those cold hands as they are trying to get their offense to go. It's a 7-0 lead for the Blackfoot Broncos with about 6 minutes and 23 seconds left until halftime. Nampa taking over possession of the ball at their own 28, and they'll line up in the shotgun. 2 receivers on either side of Navarro. And now they both go into motion, and we're going to move trips to the top of the screen as all 3 receivers go, and 2 receivers at the bottom, and naked backfield. Navarro passes. He's going to get that tight end coming out of off the line. He'll pick up a gain of 5 before he's brought down. And that's number 10, Ryan Schuler, who made the catch. He was in the after the motion play. Ended up in the tight end spot, just came off, took the quick pass, and was able to pick up the 5 yards. So good move, smart move by the Bulldogs. Instead of trying to eat it all up at once, they're chipping away and doing a good job so far with their offense.
Yeah, and Schuler, he fought for that. He fought for those extra yards here there at the end, and I really appreciate that when a running back does that.
You bet. Nampa takes the ball. They're going to hand off. They're going to run right into the Broncos, and that's going to be a loss of about 2 on the play. Now, wait, the line judge saying they did get back to the line of scrimmage. So forward motion carried them. It didn't look like they were anywhere close, but my crooked eyes looking crossways on the field here. I'm going to say it's just cold. My hands are cold, too. All right, Nampa now setting up with a 3rd and 5. Well, it looks like a short 4, really. And they're going to go with 1 back in the backfield. Navarro looking for a man in motion. He's going to take the snap. He rolls to the right side. He's looking, he's throwing. He's got a receiver. It hits the helmet of the Blackfoot Bronco in front of him. That was just a comedy of errors as the receiver turned around and was running with his back to the goal line, really, looking for the catch. Had his arms in place, and the Blackfoot Bronco wasn't even looking. And about a yard behind the receiver, hits the back of his helmet and falls incomplete. So that's going to bring up 4th and a long 4, not a short 4. My apologies. And I think the Nampa taking the note just under. So 4 minutes 58 seconds now left in the halftime, and they're going to give the ball back to the Broncos and count on the fact that they can hold the Broncos and get one more shot at the end zone before halftime. All right, the kick is off. It's a good kick, not quite the kick that they got last time. I'm looking at that punter. That's Peyton Gunter. And Peyton, I hope your folks or your family are listening. Friends, one of the two. Dude, you have a leg and you know how to punt, and I hope somebody gives you a shot at the next level, because I've seen a number of punts here tonight. Blackfoot's going to be taking this ball over at about their 12, 13-yard line maybe. 13-yard line. So another booming punt for Gunter. And my goodness, I hope there's some college recruiter, somebody listening to this broadcast.
He's a 6'4" punter if you want to pick him up. And, we got some local colleges.
Well, that means he can do a lot more than punt.
Yeah.
All right, Blackwood's not going to take the ball. They're going to look at some running plays, a fake, and it's going to be Grimmett who keeps the ball off the left side of the field. I don't think he gets the first down, but he will probably pick up 8 yards on the carry. That's been an interesting call, as both quarterbacks showing that they're athletic enough to make the call their own number and, not frightened enough to take a hit, because both of them are taking some serious hits.
Well, is that something that just we haven't noticed that much of? Is just quarterbacks taking it more in high school? Is that something that's changing in the game, you think?
I've seen it a lot this year. Not so much at the quarterback in the college level, although we are seeing some do that. Blackfoot's now going to take the ball on a jet sweep. Jamonte King's going to take it as he's going to be pulled down out of bounds. We'll look for the spot, but I think that's going to be real close to the 30-yard line and a first down for the Broncos. As Peepo sets the ball at the 30-yard line, 1st and 10 Broncos. So the Broncos picking up the first down. 4 minutes, 36 seconds left in this first half of play. The Broncos with a lead, 7-0 here. And the ball as they get a new set of downs. Broncos now, looks like an audible being called as Grimmett's looking both ways. Andy's wrist. You can always tell if it's an audible when they look at the wrist. Grimmett takes the snap. He's going to hand it off to Ramirez. Ramirez going to push forward for a gain of 4. Nampa doing a good job of collapsing that middle, but Ramirez still picks up 4 yards when he collapsed the middle. That's, my mantra. We say it every time we broadcast together. 4 yards of play is a doable touchdown.
Yeah.
Yeah. You
exactly.
just need 3 downs.
Yeah.
First down every 3 downs.
And you bring up my favorite point, just about clock management and game management, just owning it.
All right, the Broncos are going to line up again. One back in the backfield. The wide receiver going in motion to the top of the screen. They're going to hand it off again. Same play. Ramirez hits the tackle center combo, and not quite 4 yards this time, but he will get 3 out of that. That'll leave a third and, I think, we're going to call it 3rd and 7 or 3rd and 4. 3rd and 4 is what we'll set up with 3 minutes, 36 seconds and counting left in the half. Blackfoot needing the first down to run the clock management, as you like to say, Matt, and keep the Bulldogs out of potential scoring possibilities. So they're needing this 3rd down. Grimmett's going to take it. He fakes the handoff. Now the Nampa Bulldogs in the backfield. They're going to pull him down. That's going to be a sack by the Bulldogs. Grimmett was running away, thought he had juked the receiver or the defender. He did not. Matt, did you see who that was? I think that's 75, Alexander Daniluk.
Yeah, there's a couple people here on Blackfoot that wanted a horse collar. It kind of looked like he was brought down like that, but I guess the refs kind of just saw it wasn't
they didn't
warranted.
call it. So Blackfoot going to have to kick the ball back and give Nampa, with 2 minutes and 38 seconds left, plenty of time to drive the field and even this game up before they go into halftime in those halftime coaches' declarations.
Yep.
Blackfoot eating all the time off the clock that they can. There's that clock management. They now take the snap. The kickoff hangs up high. Nampa calls the fair catch at the 40-yard line. And that's a wise move, because that will stop the clock as they set up. With 2 minutes and 16 seconds left, the Nampa Bulldogs have the opportunity to try to get into the end zone, and plenty of room to do so. Let's just recognize one more of our commercial advertisers. Spudnik Equipment Company. Spudnik is an international company meeting the needs of potato growers in both field and storage equipment across the globe. Spudnik's customers' focused commitment in the potato industry has allowed them to grow and invest millions of dollars in research and development in manufacturing methods and potato equipment technology. This investment continues to put Spudnik on the cutting edge of machinery development and is a partner with potato growers to feed the world. Their corporate headquarters are located in Blackfoot, Idaho, and Spudnik is proud to support all local high schools and student athletes.
Tomorrow rolls left.
Navro takes that snap. He comes around the left side. Matt, you call that play for us.
Yeah, Navro, he just didn't see what he wanted in his receivers and just decided to take it for about a gain of 6 on the play.
Well, if that's a broken play and you get 6 off of it, that's good news for your Nampa Bulldog.
Yeah, I think he saw that channel that opened up, and he just wanted that instead, and it worked.
It's hard to pass up a 6-yard gain. So the Bulldogs now with a 2nd and a long 4 will take the ball. They're going to looking to just keep moving these chains. They're going to throw, and they're going to get the first down out of this throw. That completed to Schuler. Schuler having his way, getting a lot of receptions. Very impressive young man as he gets the catch about 3 yards from the line of scrimmage over his shoulder, and then he picks up, as he did right there, another 2 to 3 yards. So he picks up a good 5-6 yard gain, moves the ball across midfield to the 49-yard line. 1st and 10, Nampa Bulldogs, as they're pushing, trying to get into the end zone with 1:50 left. They're going to hand it off up the middle. Carrillo getting a break. He's going to push forward for a gain of 13 on the play. Boy, he just plowed in to 2 Blackfoot Broncos head on and just carried them forward. What a great move, as he just shows not only is he fast, he's got some muscles. So another first down for the Bulldogs. They're going to try that same play again, and he doesn't get quite the same benefit, but he will get about 5 yards out of the carry. So moving the ball, Henderson, Trey Trayden Henderson making the stop for the Broncos, and if Henderson didn't make that stop, it would have been another 13, 14-yard gain for the Bulldogs. So 2nd and 5, the Bulldogs moving the ball. They're going to hand it off again, same play, and that's not going to work so well. They're going to pick up about 2 yards, but a flag coming from the back judge in an area that can be probably only holding. Yeah. That is a holding penalty. So, you know, in an area where you're moving the ball, you're getting close to the red zone. You just picked up 5-6 yards. They probably didn't need to make that hold to be able to get the 3 yards they picked up. It would have left them with a 3 and 3. Third down, 3 yards to go. As it is now, it sets up a 2nd and 15. So a little bit different play as they line up now. They're going to make the play. Navarro takes the ball. It's bobbled a little, but he's going to pick it up, and he throws deep. He's got a receiver. It's picked off by the Broncos. The 3rd turnover of the night. And guess who that is? That's the 2nd interception of the night for Deegan Hale, as Hale having his time on defense tonight. Very productive. He stopped now the 2nd scoring drive, it looked like to be, because that had touchdown all over it as he picked it off right about the 2-yard line. I'm trying to see where they spot the ball.
Yeah, I think they're going to give it about the 5. They're going to hold out to the 5-yard line.
I don't see the ball. I'm waiting for the spot from the officials. The officials now looking at each other, saying, you spot it. No, you spot it. I don't want to spot it. I think you're right, though, Matt. I think they will end up putting that real close to there it is, the 5-yard line. This darn post is about 2 foot wide, and I'm having to dance around it to see the game. As Grimmett will take the ball right at his goal line. He's going to hand it off, see if he can get some breathing room, and they do get some breathing room. As they're going to hand that ball off, they're going to get the 1st down. They'll take it out to the 23-yard line. As that is Ramirez, Austin Ramirez. He's a couple of times now just broke open and picked up some nice gains for the Bronco. Unfortunately, a flag is down on the field. The Broncos walking back, and it's going to come back. It's a holding penalty against the Broncos. They'll go half the distance to the goal. Instead of a 1st down, they're going to have the ball. It's from the spot of the foul, so it's going to put the ball basically back at the original line of scrimmage at the 5-yard line, and they'll repeat that play. Unfortunate, great move. I have no idea if the holding penalty helped break that open. We'll never know. So Blackfoot now getting it set up again. Grimmett again at his goal line. He hands it off again to Ramirez. Ramirez is going to take the sideline. Another flag on the field. I think that's going to be another holding penalty against the Broncos. Not what the Broncos need, unless they're trying to eat time off the clock, but this is a dangerous place to do it. Another holding penalty against the Broncos. The fans here on the home side of the field not very happy about that. That's going to put the ball now at the 2-yard line?
Yeah, it's really rough.
Again, the spot of the foul, half the distance, so it's actually going to be at the 6-yard line. They gain a yard on that. I don't quite know how that goes, but they'll repeat the down. So again, it's 1st and 9 for the Broncos. Broncos with a couple of penalties that really getting lucky here as the clock continues to wind down, 15 seconds and counting. Ramirez is going to take the ball. He'll push forward for a gain of 5 or 6. That's probably the last play of this half, as the Broncos will just let the clock wind down and they won't call a timeout. And clock goes to 0 now. It's halftime here at Blackfoot High School as the Blackfoot Broncos with the lead. Tonight's game is Blackfoot 7, the Nampa Bulldogs 0. It's been one half of play. We're going to drop away to some of our commercial sponsors, give them the love as they've helped bring this broadcast to you, and we'll be back after the commercial broadcast or the commercial sponsors and talk a little bit about what we've observed in the first half as we prepare for the second half of play here at Blackfoot High School.
I can't believe we have to make this commercial.
It's ridiculous.
You'll think it's ridiculous too. Listen to this.
This commercial is about, well, it's about parents being rude at high school athletic events.
Ridiculous, right?
It gets worse. Studies show more than 75% of new high school officials are quitting because of bad adult behavior.
So now there's a shortage of refs here in Idaho, in almost all sports.
No officials means no more games.
Is that what you want for us?
Come on, parents.
It's time to grow up.
Cheer for your team.
Be proud of your children.
But stop being so ridiculous.
And don't make us run another commercial.
Because we will.
This message presented by the Idaho High School Activities Association and the Idaho Athletic Administrators Association, reminding you to always practice good sportsmanship.
You've heard it before. There is no I in team, but there is an I in dairy. Dairy foods are a great source of protein, which is vital for helping rebuild and repair muscles after exercise, so your body can be at the top of its game at your next competition. So grab some milk, cheese, or yogurt after you work out, train, or play. Yes, it's true. There is no I in team, but there is an I in win. For more help finding your greatness, visit unbottled.com.
It's time to start planning for back to school. That's why I got my kids vaccinated for COVID-19, so they can be protected from COVID when they're back in the classroom. Kids 12 and older can get vaccinated. The vaccines have been researched and tested. They're safe and they work. Getting vaccinated was quick and easy. You can walk into a pharmacy to get one. We got our COVID-19 vaccine, and I hope everyone will choose to get vaccinated too.
Get a free COVID-19 vaccine today. Find a location near you at covidvaccine.idaho.gov.
A hit in the morning, another between class, after school, and more before bed. Vaping sucks you in quick. Not to mention all the chemicals and health problems everyone's talking about. That's why thousands of teens are ready to take back their life their own way with My Life, My Quit. When you sign up with us, you'll get a free and simple quit plan that makes it easier to stop vaping. Visit mylifemyquit.com or text Start My Quit to 36072.
Dear Exit Strategy, all your pieces are in place. A tranquil lake, a serene sky, an emerald forest, a secret hideout. Thanks for being there just when I need you most. Always Toyota SUVs.
Every new Toyota comes with Toyota Care, our no-cost maintenance plan. Visit your local Toyota dealer today. Find yours at Toyota.com. Toyota, let's go places.
We're Valley-wide cooperative. For 100 years, we've been your first choice for residential and commercial propane, fuels, oils, and lubricants. We service HVAC, install water heaters, propane tanks, and accessories. And yes, we'll even deliver right where you need it. Because for us, serving is more than a job, it's a way of life. We are proud to employ your neighbors and to be a cornerstone of your community. We're Valley-wide. Yesterday, today, and tomorrow. We're here for you.
Perform, refuel, recover, repeat. It's the recipe for success in any kind of sport, and dairy can be a key ingredient in every one of those steps. Dairy foods supply your body with high-quality protein to rebuild and repair muscle, carbohydrates to help you refuel, and fluid and electrolytes to help you rehydrate. So your personal recipe for greatness can be perform, win, repeat. For more help finding your greatness, visit unbottled.com.
I decided to get vaccinated because I wanted to protect myself and my family and my customers from COVID-19. When I went to get my COVID-19 vaccine, it was an easy process. It's readily available. Since I got vaccinated, I'm confident I'm protected against the COVID-19 virus. My life has returned to business as usual.
here in Blackfoot. Just like to thank our power boosters and our sponsors real quick. I'd like to thank from the Nampa area, Big Insurance, BIG Insurance, Overhead Door Company, Pacific Residential Mortgage, Trans Systems LLC, Best Western Pepper Tree in Nampa, and over here in Blackfoot, we'd like to thank Conquest Insurance, Trans Systems LLC, Blaine Robbins Electric, Teton Auto Group, Bingham Memorial Orthopedic Institute, and 21st Century Auto Sales. And moving on to our other sponsors, we'd like to recognize Lava Hot Springs. Lava Hot Springs is your destination for a relaxing day away from it all. Just 10 minutes from McCammon and I-15. They're open daily from 9 a.m. to 10 p.m., 11 p.m. on Friday and Saturday, and are happily welcoming visitors to sit and enjoy their world-famous hot pools. The all-natural geothermal hot springs are always a warm 102 to 112 degrees. Their indoor aquatic center is open for the fall seasons on Fridays, Saturdays, and Sundays, and offer kiddie splash time on Tuesday and Wednesday morning. Lava Hot Springs is taking extra precautions to ensure your safety at this time and asks patrons to be respectful of others as you come to soak all your worries away. Check out LavaHotSprings.com for more information. And then I'd also like to thank Sputnik. Sputnik is an international company meeting the needs of potato growers in both field and storage equipment across the globe. Sputnik's customers' focused commitment to the potato industry has allowed them to grow and invest millions of dollars in research and development in manufacturing methods and potato equipment technology. This investment continues to put Sputnik on the cutting edge of machinery development and as partners with potato growers to feed the world. Their corporate headquarters are located in Blackfoot, Idaho, and Sputnik is proud to support the local high schools and the student athletes. We'll cut to some more commercial ads as we discuss further this halftime, and we'll come right back.
Oh, I hope Shelly wins. Oh, I hope Shelly wins.
I can't believe we have to make this commercial.
It's ridiculous.
You'll think it's ridiculous too. Listen to this.
This commercial is about, well, it's about parents being rude at high school athletic events.
Ridiculous, right?
It gets worse. Studies show more than 75% of new high school officials are quitting because of bad adult behavior.
So now there's a shortage of refs here in Idaho, in almost all sports.
No officials means no more games.
Is that what you want for us?
Come on, parents.
It's time to grow up.
Cheer for your team.
Be proud of your children.
But stop being so ridiculous.
And don't make us run another commercial.
Because we will.
This message presented by the Idaho High School Activities Association and the Idaho Athletic Administrators Association, reminding you to always practice good sportsmanship.
You've heard it before. There is no I in team, but there is an I in dairy. Dairy foods are a great source of protein, which is vital for helping rebuild and repair muscles after exercise, so your body can be at the top of its game at your next competition. So grab some milk, cheese, or yogurt after you work out train, or play. Yes, it's true. There is no I in team, but there is an I in win. For more help finding your greatness, visit unbottled.com.
It's time to start planning for back to school. That's why I got my kids vaccinated for COVID-19, so they can be protected from COVID when they're back in the classroom. Kids 12 and older can get vaccinated. The vaccines have been researched and tested. They're safe and they work. Getting vaccinated was quick and easy. You can walk into a pharmacy to get one. We got our COVID-19 vaccine, and I hope everyone will choose to get vaccinated too.
Get a free COVID-19 vaccine today. Find a location near you at covidvaccine.idaho.gov.
A hit in the morning, another between class, after school, and more before bed. Vaping sucks you in quick. Not to mention all the chemicals and health problems everyone's talking about. That's why thousands of teens are ready to take back their life their own way with My Life, My Quit. When you sign up with us, you'll get a free and simple quit plan that makes it easier to stop vaping. Visit mylifemyquit.com or text Start My Quit to 36072.
Dear Exit Strategy, all your pieces are in place. A tranquil lake, a serene sky, an emerald forest, a secret hideout. Thanks for being there just when I need you most. Always Toyota SUVs.
Every new Toyota comes with Toyota Care, our no-cost maintenance plan. Visit your local Toyota dealer today. Find yours at toyota.com. Toyota, let's go places.
We're Valley-wide cooperative. For 100 years, we've been your first choice for residential and commercial propane, fuels, oils, and lubricants. We service HVAC, install water heaters, propane tanks, and accessories. And yes, we'll even deliver right where you need it. Because for us, serving is more than a job, it's a way of life. We are proud to employ your neighbors and to be a cornerstone of your community. We're Valley-wide. Yesterday, today, and tomorrow. We're here for you.
Perform, refuel, recover, repeat. It's the recipe for success in any kind of sport, and dairy can be a key ingredient in every one of those steps. Dairy foods supply your body with high-quality protein to rebuild and repair muscle, carbohydrates to help you refuel, and fluid and electrolytes to help you rehydrate. So your personal recipe for greatness can be perform, win, repeat. For more help finding your greatness, visit unbottled.com.
I decided to get vaccinated because I wanted to protect myself and my family and my customers from COVID-19. When I went to get my COVID-19 vaccine, it was an easy process. It's readily available. Since I got vaccinated, I'm confident I'm protected against the COVID-19 virus. My life has returned to business as usual.
Welcome back to Blackfoot High School as we are in an exciting quarterfinal match between the Blackfoot Broncos and the Nampa Bulldogs. The Blackfoot Broncos with the lead 7-0 over the Bulldogs at halftime. Just a few minutes before halftime. Been an interesting game as the Nampa Bulldogs came out in the first quarter and really showed all of their offense, but drives were being stopped. They turned over the ball on an interception, and then a fumble, and then a penalty caused a punt, and then another interception just before half as they were driving into the end zone. Nampa had some great offense in this half, but they're not able to turn their offense into points with those turnovers. And Blackfoot really, the whole first quarter, not having much offense at all, being stopped on every series, not picking up a ton of positive downs. Took the first series of downs in the second quarter all the way down in for the end zone with Grimmett taking a quarterback keeper up the middle from the 24 and dances his way into the end zone for the only score of the night in a surprising move. I expected a 6-4 team and a 5-5 team to be kind of a dogfight, but I thought it'd be a little more high-scoring dogfight than what we've seen. Matt, what are your thoughts?
Yeah, it's definitely unexpected to say the least, and you know, we've got some similar scores happening around the state right now. We have or I guess similar in the not as much scoring.
Yeah, well, and you have to remember this is playoff football, so you usually don't see a blowout, high-scoring blowout.
Right. Right, yeah, we have in the 4A ranking, we have Pocatello beating Bishop Kelly 28-17.
Surprising one there. I thought Bishop Kelly had, they always have a good team, so I really kind of thought Bishop Kelly would have maybe a slight advantage, but Pocatello playing some great ball this season, and last week beat Bonneville in the playoffs, and now beat Bishop Kelly, so hats off to the Pokey Thunder.
Yeah, and we have also in the 4A ranking Sandpoint and Shelley. That's just getting underway here because they're in the Pacific time zone. They
playing up in Sandpoint where it's raining tonight, but it's not snowing. Idaho Sports on that call, so if you're wanting to stay up to date on the Shelley Sandpoint game, you can always tune into IdahoSports.com. We have that game audio being brought to you, as well as many, many others. I think we have 8 other games on tap tonight. So, folks, hopefully you're getting your fix of all the IdahoSports.com broadcasts for the quarterfinals. Go ahead, Matt, with some more.
Yeah, that's it for the 4A ranking. 5A, we have Meridian beating Mountain View 14-6, and Rigby beating, these are leading at the halftime.
At the halftime, I was going to say
that. Rigby leading at half over Capital 28-14, and Highland trailing to Rocky Mountain 7-3 at the half.
Well, those are some good ball games. A lot of ball games underway here tonight. That Rigby game, an interesting one, because you expect Rigby to either kind of blow everybody out. They've been the dominant force in most of 5A football this year, but had a couple of games where against Skyline, a team that Blackfoot beat, they struggled, took them everything they had to pull off the win. And then against Madison, they actually lost. Their only loss of the season. And another 5A, their rival, in really a war
right.
for that game. But they're seeming to do well in the playoffs here. Of course, only halftime, as you said, Matt.
Yeah, but here in Blackfoot tonight, great game going on tonight. Just a lot of stops, a lot of defensive stops on both sides, a lot of punting, going both ways, and a lot of not punting, what we noticed earlier. A lot of going for it on risky fourth downs, but I guess that's playoff season.
Like I said, you got to give it everything. As we now line up, we're getting ready to kick off the second half of play here at Blackfoot High School. We're going to open up the window again and freeze our faces so we can call the game. The Bulldogs try a squib kick, and they're going to kick it. The Broncos are going to recover at the 30-yard line. So
Would you rather it down?
We're going to close that window again as the wind just all of a sudden kicking up, blowing right into the microphone. We'll see if we can see through the reflections on the glass here and keep the game going. The Blackfoot Broncos take the ball over at their own 30-yard line. That'll be 1st and 10 Broncos in the first series of the second half here at Blackfoot High School. Blackfoot needing to really hopefully find some of those holes so that they can move their offense. They had a couple of great plays, but not everything they needed. As they hand off up the middle, and that is going to be Ramirez. As he takes it up the middle, he'll probably pick up a gain of 8, I think, on the play.
Yeah,
they're going to move it back maybe 7. Yeah, they give him 7 now. I really think he came down. It looked like his knee touched where they spotted it, but he rolled across a Nampa player and thought he got an extra yard out of that.
Well, and how much is it selling it, Tim? You just sell that you got further.
Guess you're how good of a salesman, right? All right, Grimmett takes a snap. He's going to hand off again to Alvarez. He's brought down. Ooh, it's going to be a loss on the play. Nope, they give him a half a yard. Wow,
Yeah.
Ramirez, it looked like he kind of slipped, didn't it?
Yeah, or something. I was gonna say he's breaking down, trying to decide, kind of juke step, but ultimately the defender, he did his job, stayed home, and just tackled him.
Well, hats off to Ramirez. He knew he was going down, and he stretched that ball out. They're going to give him a gain of 2 on the play. 3rd and 1 for the Broncos now, as they're going to hand it off up the middle. Going to give it to Ramirez again. He's going to break forward for the first down, and an extra pickup of 11 yards. Great move as Ramirez just powered through a hole that I don't want to say enormous, but that powerful Blackfoot Bronco offensive line. I think maybe that's what they found in the halftime declaration. As Coach said, you guys do your job. block for Ramirez, and we're going to get some gainers, and they've certainly seen that as they run that same play again now as Ramirez is going to take up the middle, and he's going to push forward for a gain of 9 on the play. So far, all Ramirez in this series of down. We haven't had anyone playing or taking the ball at all this half, but Ramirez picking up yards each gain, and great yards as the Broncos now set up with an 8-yard gain. 2nd and 2. They're going to again give it to Ramirez, who's going to pick up the first, and he'll pick up another 5 yards beyond that. Another updated scores. We're getting the IdahoSports.com Friday Night Flash. If you want to check scores, you can also bring up the Friday Night Flash. They'll keep you updated on all the quarterfinal playoffs going on tonight. Broncos again, no huddle themselves, take a high snap, hand off to Ramirez. Ramirez is going to take it over the right tackle. He's caught from behind as the Broncos defensive tackle comes around and catches from behind, but they're still going to say he's going to pick up 2 yards on the carry. No, 6 yards on the carry. I'm looking at the wrong official. So a 6-yard gain on that play. You're going to fake off the handoff to Ramirez, and Grimmett takes the ball, and as he comes across the line of scrimmage, he trips over the lineman blocking for him and goes down. He's only going to get probably a gain of 1 yard out of it in what really would have been a first down. He had daylight in front of him. That's too bad. I think they're generous as they give him 2 yards. It's going to set up 3rd and about 3.5 for the Broncos. Navarez in the backfield with Grimmett. Grimmett takes a snap, hands it off to Ramirez. Ramirez powers up the middle. He's going, he's churning. He's going to pick up the first down and about 3 yards beyond the first down marker. Wow, Ramirez. I don't even know what to say. This guy is really lighting up this third quarter for the Bronco defense in something that he had to do to get this going. That'll open up maybe some passes to King that's been shut down in that first half. Grimmett now does just that. He looks for King in the end zone. It's going to be out of bounds. No catch. He does bring it in. Great thought, but King needed to be probably another 2 feet into the end zone as the pass just kind of carried him out of bounds. And great thinking, running up the middle. They were playing off a soft cushion on King. King had the catch, just momentum not to his advantage. So that'll set up 2nd and 10 as Broncos go to the line. The tight end goes in motion. Going to hand off to Ramirez, who does a juke step, gets a great move, probably only, I'm going to say, a gain of 4 on the play, but what should have been a loss about of 1 yard. So heads-up move by Ramirez.
Well, that quick step, yeah, that sent a Bulldog defender right to his back. He slipped on the grass because he thought he was going left, and he went right.
Yeah, and unfortunately, I remember in my career long ago grabbing what I thought was the ball carrier and finding nothing but dead air. That's a terrible feeling. Blackfoot now drop back. Grimmett's going to throw that same pass to King. He goes for the end zone. He gets the touchdown, Blackfoot. King with a fabulous catch in the corner. The very same play they threw just a few plays ago. And he gets the catch 1 yard from the goal line and just turns around and extends that body, gets the ball across the plane, and Broncos come out for first blood in the second half as they go up 13-0 and set up for the extra point PAT. Kick up. It's in the air. It looks to be good, and now they say it is good. The Broncos with the lead, 14-0 with 7 minutes and 38 seconds left to go in the third quarter. Blackfoot doing what they needed to do. Matt, you have that great saying. I love it. Matt always says, folks, when you go into halftime, it's the coach's declaration of what they've got to change to win this game. And certainly, at least for the offense of the Blackfoot Broncos, we've seen that they did just that. Coach declared, you give it to Ramirez up the middle until they think it's coming up the middle every time, and then look over and get your star receiver, Javante King. And it worked for them. Now it's going to be Nampa's turn to see what the coach's declaration taught them at halftime. What do you think, Matt?
Yeah, it's always tough coming out, having your opponent score on their opening drive of the half. That's always got to be disheartening, but that's defense. That's a defensive thing that you can fix. You can mold that later on in the game, and right now it's going to be Nampa picking up some offensive gains, getting some good looks, and really trying to make something here.
Still a quarter and a half to play of semifinal playoff football action. Anything could happen. We'd like to take just a minute and recognize a couple of our power boosters for the Nampa Bulldogs. That's Big Insurance, BIG Insurance, Overhead Door Company, Pacific Residential Mortgage, Trans Systems LLC, and Best Western Pepper Tree in Nampa. As the Broncos kick off.
It's in the back of the end zone.
Wow, that was a great kick. There must be that wind that seems to like to want to just bite our faces off. It's a very cold, cold, cold wind. We haven't thought that it was, we thought it was coming across at an angle, but it must be coming at a side angle, because whenever you're kicking right to left, whoever is kicking right to left is just booting the heck out of that ball as the Blackfoot Broncos kicked that ball off and it went way out of the back of the end zone. So maybe gonna watch and see my favorite punter so far, Peyton Gunter for the Bulldogs, if he gets any action, to see if he's kicking into the wind, if he's still got that strong leg that he's demonstrated. Nampa takes over. They're going to get the ball. They're going to hand off to the running back. I'm trying to say that's not the normal running back, but he'll pick up the first down. That is Peyton Gunter, our all-utility player. He just took that ball around the left corner. He's going to pick up a gain of 15 as the Nampa Bulldogs bring the ball out to the 35-yard line. 1st and 10, Bulldogs, and that they're coming out same way.
Big jet sweep right there.
Beautiful, actually. Trips to the low end of the screen, double receivers to the top. Navarro looks, he's downfield. He's got a receiver, but he's going to drop the ball as the ball was just about a yard beyond what that receiver, and I think that's Gunter also. No, that's that universal tight end, Ryan Schuler. Schuler, about 30 yards downfield, giving it everything he had, but that ball timing just off a smidgen there, and it'll fall incomplete. Bring up 2nd and 10 from the 35 for the Bulldogs. Navarro is going to take the ball. He's going to keep it himself as he goes up the middle. He's going to get the first down. He's going to pick up about a 14-yard gain on a very gutsy move. He looked right that safety right in the face and juked him. Safety was gone. I thought maybe Navarro was going to bust it up, and the cornerback coming up with a little bit of speed brings him down, but still enough for a first down at the 47-yard line. They're going to hand it off. He's going to take that off tackle off the left side of the field. He's going to pick up probably 7 yards on the play. Trying to see who that was on the carry. I can't see who that was. I think that was our Schuler, Ryan Schuler, my favorite receiver, who's all over the field. Picks up 9 yards is what they finally give him. So just a 2nd and 1 here as Navarro's going to fake. He's going to fake the handoff. Ball's loose. The Broncos pick it up. It's a turnover again for the Nampa Bulldogs in what has been a horrible turn of events. And even worse, Navarro still down on the field, not moving. That looks like that could be a serious penalty. He now rolls over on his back, and he's holding his throwing arm. Oh, folks, this is not what you want to see happen in the playoffs. You don't want to see any player hurt. You want both teams to be able to play at capacity, give it everything, and not have anybody hurt, and to have really a key element of that Bulldog offense. Navarro being helped to his feet now, but he is ginger.
Yeah,
but he is walking off on his own. He's holding his right arm.
I was just gonna say that first defender kind of stuck him up for a little bit longer, and and then the ball was able to be stripped out. And I think somewhere along the line he either got kind of kind of dinged up or going down. I think.
Well, it looked to me like he took a helmet to the arm. That's why the ball went loose.
Right.
And that's probably, that dead arm you get when your buddy punches you there.
Yeah.
That's not a good feeling. But I'm glad to see him up. I think we'll see him back. But the Broncos pick up the ball now as they get 1st and 10 at their own 40-yard line. And they'll get a chance to move the ball here again. They stave off the Nampa drive. Grimmett drops back. He's throwing deep. He's trying to get to King. It's going to be over King's head and gratefully over the defender's head as well, as Carrillo had a play on that ball and didn't get it because it was over both of their heads. That's dangerous because they had triple coverage on King. So that's either confidence in your receiver or confidence in your quarterback. I don't know which. But I know Javonte King. I've watched him as we've broadcast a number of games for him. He's a fabulous receiver, but that's courage to throw into triple coverage, even with a star. All right, Blackfoot's going to take the ball. They're going to hand it off to Ramirez. Ramirez off the left tackle. He's going to pick up the first down. He's going to keep going. He's at the 30, the 20, the 25. He's going to take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Blackfoot! However, there is a flag back about the 30 or the 25-yard line. It's going to be interesting to see if that play or that penalty goes against the Bulldogs or the Broncos. If it goes against the Bulldogs, it's touchdown Blackfoot. If it goes against the Broncos, they'll bring it back, and there's wailing and gnashing of teeth in Blackfoot land.
I wonder if it was holding.
It's a face mask, I think.
And that's what I was about to say. I think it's a face mask because the Javonte King was the blocking, and he made two really good blocks. The quarterback was able to really kind of read, and there's nothing happening when that flag was being thrown, and so I think that was a good call.
Referee Blair People out there now making the sign, as you could hear the cheering both in the box and in the crowd below. That is a face mask penalty, inadvertent. Obviously, Blackfoot declines touchdown for the Broncos. And in a big turn of events, that turnover for the Bulldogs now painful, as you can't let a team go up 3 touchdowns on you and not really be in a bad spot. As the Broncos now lining up for the PAT kick. Snap good, the kick up, and good. And so now, in a very quick sequence of events, Blackfoot comes out with a drive, marches it down the field.
I think was that a late flag that was thrown out here?
Might have been. It looks like they're talking to a couple of those Blackfoot Broncos.
I think it might have been
celebration penalty.
Roughing the snapper, or it looked like the
There is a flag, though. The officials out conferring at the line.
On the extra point, yeah, it's on the...
Mike Colson conversing with Blair People. They bring in Ryan Hansen. No, that's Brian Meekum, excuse me. Now Ryan Hansen. As we have a confab of officials out at the 20-yard line. They signaled that the kick was good. So now I think they're just trying to determine, did they assess penalty on the kickoff or do they just wave it off? And we're going to get the referee, Blair People, stepping up to the line. He's going to turn on his microphone, and he's going to tell us the decision. Maybe. He just keeps walking. It looks like they're going to come over and talk it over with the Blackfoot Broncos, so it's probably going to be against, well, I don't know. They got officials on both sides of the field. Now they indicate personal foul against the Broncos. A player ejected from the game.
Well, I think he's pointing towards the Bulldogs.
The Bulldogs. My correction. You're right. I forgot to change at the half. So one of the Nampa Bulldog players called for a personal foul and an ejection. Matt, what brings an ejection in football?
I think it's roughing the snapper on that. It's specifically
the snapper or the kicker.
The snapper.
Interesting.
I saw down here he was on his back and he kind of sat up and was confused. He's like, isn't that roughing? And I think that's what happened there. I think you're specifically told stay off the snapper. And I think he just got tussled up a bit, and it's going to cost him. I think 15 on the kickoff here. They're going to be kicking from their own.
This is interesting.
35.
They're kicking from their own 35. This is the kind of country that you do an onside kick, because frankly, you kick that hard and it goes clear out of the end zone. So you do an onside kick, see if you can recover. If you don't, they're sitting at their 20. No worse for the wear. And it's kind of tough for a high school player to kind of kick a coffin corner punt of only, 30, 35 yards, 30 yards really, because you don't want it to go into the end zone.
Right, and you can't even pin it in out of bounds. That's a penalty.
That's right. That's right. So I would look for the onside. It'll be interesting to see if Matt and I know what we're talking about. As they do an onside kick, it bounces over the Nampa Bulldog, but he does bring it down. And what a great play by the Nampa Bulldogs. Trying to see who that was. He ran off the field so fast. It looked like that was our Schuler. Yep, Ryan Schuler, our other all-utility player, brings it down. And they'll set that ball up now at about the 20-yard line, I think. That is where they spot it, the 20-yard line. 1st and 10, Bulldogs. And now the Bulldogs really having plenty of offense in the first half and the start of the second half. Those darn turnovers really being the challenge. 4 turnovers, 3 in the first half, now 1 in the second half. Probably the difference in this game. I think they'd have been up a couple of touchdowns if they hadn't have turned that ball over. All right, they're going to hand it off up the middle. It looks like, again, a fumble. I'm going to see if they call him down.
It looks like they have him down.
Yep, they call him down. That's fortunate, very fortunate, as that's Carrillo with the carry, and as he went down, his knee was planted, I'm pretty sure. The ball popped out, but that's a dangerous thing to do. It'll be a gain of 9 on the play, so 2nd and 1 for the Bulldogs. I'm trying to see, they do have Gabe Navarro back in at quarterback, so whatever happened, not enough to take him out of the game, and that's a wonderful thing. We're glad that he's healthy, although you and I, Matt, both know that tomorrow he'll still be healthy, but he's going to feel whatever that was really, really seriously. As the Blackfoot Broncos not liking the 2nd and 1 situation and call a timeout here on the field. We're going to just recognize again some of our power boosters. Conquest Insurance here in Blackfoot, Transwest Systems LLC, Blaine Robbins Electric, Teton Auto Group, Bingham Memorial Orthopedic Institute, and 21st Century Auto Sales. Our thanks to those power boosters. Just trying to get some updates. Looks like so far this is not what I expected. In Sandpoint, in the second quarter, 14-0 Shelley over Sandpoint. That's Sandpoint really one of the top teams in the state. So a little bit of a shock. And Lapaway leading Cotton 38-30, 14-0 Kendrick. And now 14-7 Shelley. We're getting all kinds of updates. We love Friday Night Flash. As the Bulldogs take the snap,
they pick up 5 on the run. They go off tackle the left side and they get 5, enough for a first down.
Boy, it's worked well for them. If they can hold off, not have any turnovers with 5 minutes and 30 seconds and under counting. Trips receivers to the bottom of the screen here as they go left to right. The Bulldogs left to right. Lone backfield as Navarro looking for a receiver. There isn't any, and he's going to roll around the right side of the field. He's looking. Nobody there, and the Broncos just come up. And what a power move by Carson Trejo as he comes up from the corner position, hits Navarro behind the line of scrimmage. It's going to be a loss of 2 on the play. And I thought Navarro had enough space, he'd pick up 5 yards. But it was not to be as Trejo, in an incredible burst of speed and power, takes him down for a loss of, well, actually they're going to give him loss of 3 as they spot the ball. The Bulldogs now line up again. They're going to have trip receivers to the top of the screen, single receiver to the bottom, 1 running back in the backfield. That's Carrillo. Oh, it's Schuler. Schuler goes out of the backfield, looks for the pass. He's going to catch it, and what a great move. That's not Schuler. That's Peyton Gunter. Gunter showing not only can he kick the ball, but he just caught that pass in double coverage. The man right on him, and he pulled it right off of the Broncos' shoulder pad. If that Blackfoot Bronco had turned around and looked, he'd have had an interception. As it was, Gunter gets it and the first down as they're going to bring the ball out to the 47-yard line. They're now going to hand it off to Carrillo's going to pick up a gain of 2 on the play before he's brought down. Sanders in on the tackle for the Blackfoot Broncos.
Well, and Tim, this game is, if you're just looking at the stats, it's going to show a very interesting story. Just, big gains like we just saw, and then these small ones that are 2 or even tackled for loss. So it's going to be interesting.
Yeah, so we got a 2nd and 8 here for the Bulldogs. Navarro back to throw. He's looking deep. He's got a receiver. Nothing doing. I was looking to see if there was a pass interception because the Blackfoot defender was step for step right on that Bulldog, and it falls incomplete. I thought it could have been pass interference, but I'm, again, on the opposite side of the field, and that's always tough to see if there's any contact, not just step for step, and the officials determined not. So that'll set up a 3rd and 8. Matt, what do you call?
3rd and 8, you put it up again to your 2 tall guys, 6'4", 6'3", a couple guys out there.
Well, you got Gunter and Schuler who've caught almost everything thrown at them. You got trips down to the bottom of the screen, top 2 to the top of the screen. Navarro looking. He's now going to go up the middle as there's nothing to play, and the Broncos are going to bring him down. And that is Michael Edwards leading the tacklers. Henderson in on the assist. Trading Henderson and just what looked to be a total collapse of the pocket. Navarro heads up, went up the middle, trying not to be brought down for a loss. He picks up a gain of 4, so it's going to be really, a gain of 3. So it's going to set up a 4th and 5. And the Nampa says, you know what, no fear, we're going to continue with that. It worked in the first quarter as they're going to go for it on 4th down here. Carrillo goes in motion. Navarro rolls on the right side looking for receiver. He's going to pull it in now and run. He's going to pick up the first down in a gutsy move as he could have gone down and not took a nasty hit. And instead, he went right into the Blackfoot defenders and picked up an extra 4 yards. Good for the first down as they mark it at the 41-yard line of the Blackfoot Broncos. 1st and 10, Bulldogs.
Yeah, that's what we talk about when it's all on the line here for the playoffs. So you just kind of just go for it on 4th and 6, and if you're a quarterback, you're diving for that.
Gabe Navarro is going to need a jacuzzi tub tonight. I hope the hotel has one. He's going to take the snap. He's going to hand it off to Carrillo. Carrillo is going to bust it up the middle. He picks up a gain of 8. Now they say 7. I was jubilant because I think he gets that extra roll. Navarro, Carrillo does a great job of when he goes down, he rolls, kind of a tuck and roll. No matter where he goes down, and I always buy what he's selling. I always think it's an extra yard. All right, so it's a 2nd and a long 3, a gain of 6.5 on that play. 2 backs in the backfield. They're going to hand it off to Carrillo again. Same run, same play, different result as he's going to take it down to the 23-yard line. He'll get the first down, and now really close to being inside the red zone for the first time tonight.
He had daylight on that run. It was a lucky shoelace tackle, kind of slapped his ankles to bring him down, but
you're not wrong, man.
He had 2 guys to beat, and they were both kind of at bad angles. So
fresh set of downs now in the Bronco territory as they do a delayed trap. They're going to hand that off to Schuler. Schuler goes off the right tackle in a great move, takes it down to the 14-yard line.
That'll be good for another first down.
Another first down. So now the Nampa Bulldogs, who've had great offense in this game, using that offense to move the ball towards the goalposts and hopefully get a score, get back into this game. They're going to do that same play. They're going to hand it off to Carrillo as he goes off the left tackle. And he's probably going to pick up a gain of 4 on that play.
It's the tempo. It's the, no huddle. Just keep going.
Pound. What do you call that? Smash mouth, don't you?
Smash mouth, yeah.
I love to listen to Matt's phraseology. He's got some great words. Smash mouth football. All right, the Bulldogs going to take the snap. They're going to fake the handoff. They do give the handoff to this power move, and they're going to be caught behind the line of scrimmage. It was Schuler who took that ball on a cross trap, and I thought that Navarro kept the ball, but Schuler got it, but he's still going to be marked down for a loss on the play. So that's going to set up a 3rd down for Nampa, some glare off these lights now, trying to make sure I can see where we're at. It is a third and 9 for the Nampa Bulldogs as they are set up at the 14-yard line of the Blackfoot Broncos. Navarro with one back in the backfield, Schuler. And now they don't like what they see. They're going to call timeout on the play. That's going to give us a few minutes to recognize some of our commercial sponsors of the game. Matt, you want to check out? Let us know who those commercial sponsors are.
Yeah, you mentioned Navarro wants to sit in the hot tub. He can go down to
Lava Hot Springs tonight. That's a great place for him. Take the team.
Lava Hot Springs, or as the locals say, Lava Hot Springs.
Oh, it's not lava, it's lava.
Lava.
Okay, got it.
Is your destination for a relaxing day away from it all. Just 10 minutes from McCammon and I-15. They're open daily from 9 a.m. to 10 p.m. and 11 p.m. on Friday and Saturday. And are happily welcoming visitors to sit and enjoy their world-famous hot pools. The all-natural geothermal hot springs are always a warm 102 to 112 degrees. Their indoor aquatic center is open for the fall seasons on Fridays, Saturdays, and Sundays, and offers kiddie splash time on Tuesday and Wednesday morning.
That's when I'm going. Just a big kid.
Lava Hot Springs is taking extra precautions to ensure your safety at this time and asks patrons to be respectful of others as you come and soak all your worries away. Check out LavaHotSprings.com for more information.
Thanks, Matt. We appreciate Lava Hot Springs being one of our commercial advertisers in tonight's game. All right, the Nampa Bulldogs are going to take the snap. They're going to throw over the middle. They're going to look for a receiver in the end zone. It falls incomplete. They had a receiver with daylight in the back of the end zone. That's Trace Higgins. And the Blackfoot defenders, double coverage there really for the Blackfoot defenders, tipped the ball away. If they hadn't done that, Higgins had a touchdown all to himself. And that's going to bring us to the end of the third quarter of play. After 3 quarters of play, it's the Blackfoot Broncos 21-0 over the Nampa Bulldogs. But the Nampa Bulldogs threatening in Bronco country, trying to pick up a touchdown as they'll be faced now from the Blackfoot 14, 4th and 10. And more than that, 4th and I need a touchdown. That's what I like to call it.
Yeah, it's go time for the Bulldogs here.
Yeah, moving into the fourth quarter, down 21 points. You've got to start going for it. And they've showed no fear all game. They've gone for it on 4th down when I thought it was ill-advised and got it every time. So they're 100% on their 4th down conversions that they've gone for. So why not at this point in time?
If I'm head coach Dan Holtree for Nampa right now, I'm talking to my defense, getting them fired up. You know, showing them what the offense is doing right now, and getting them ready to get these stops so that you can keep the offense rolling and working as this well-oiled machine has shown us.
Well, the Bulldogs faced with needing to get a first down at least, if not the touchdown, from the 14 of the Broncos. They set up, and Navarro looking at the defense, taking the read. He's going to call for the snap. He's dropping back to pass. He's looking. The Broncos are going to collapse the pocket. He's rolling. He's got a receiver in the end zone. No good. They say he makes the catch, but he's going out of bounds, and he doesn't come down inbounds. That was a beautifully read play. The catch by Brett Sund for the Bulldogs, but he had to leap to catch it. Makes the catch of his own volition, carries him out of bounds. And the Broncos didn't push him because that would be a potential call for a touchdown. 2 officials come in and say, no, he is out of bounds on the catch. So it'll be a turnover on downs. The Broncos, with a very fortuitous defensive stand here, get the ball at their own 14, 1st and 10. And more important to that, they have a 21-0 lead with just seconds off of the 4th quarter clock. And I think, Matt, you call it, this is clock management time, right?
Yep, exactly.
Grimmett's going to set up. He's got one receiver, Ramirez, in the backfield. He's going to look to throw. He does throw. The catch is made by King, and the catch is not made. The official says he traps it on the ground as he does come back. Matt, you had a better angle on that than I did.
Yeah, from my angle, I thought he caught it, but I guess he was hit as soon as he made the catch, and
so he could have dropped it
as a tackle, and I think that forced the incomplete.
All the action being played behind this post here for me now, so Matt, you might have to be my eyes, as I'm not sure I'm quite that limber. Blackfoot's going to hand it off. They're going to roll on a jet sweep.
Grimmett.
It's going to be a flag on the play. That's no doubt a holding penalty against Blackfoot. Blackfoot going the wrong direction here.
Yeah, and not only wrong direction, they're moving back for the penalty. Grimmett runs probably a good 40, 50 yards on the play, but it's all sideways towards the sideline, towards the far sideline here. And
wow. It's not the game, but I'm just looking at the Friday Night Flash. Oakley High School pulls off the win in a blowout, 80-36. You do not see that in quarterfinals. It is 8-man, a faster, more quicker game, usually a little more high scoring. The officials indicate on the field now it is a holding penalty against the Broncos. They move the ball back. They're going to put it at the 7-yard line, and it's going to be a repeat of the second down. Second and long, though, for the Broncos. Grimmett takes the snap. He's going to fake a handoff. It's going to go into a jet sweep as they hand it off coming around the right side of the field. And that is Court Capson coming all the way down to the 35, 33-yard line. Certainly a first down for the Broncos. And a great fake. Hats off to Grimmett. Grimmett sold that running play as he faked the handoff to Ramirez. And then the delayed handoff to Court Capson that I didn't see probably until most of the defense had shifted to the right side. Capson having lots of daylight as he brings the ball down to the 34-yard line. First and 10, Blackfoot Broncos.
Zane Lovell is injured. He's being helped off the field now. But
for the Broncos?
Or for Nampa.
For Nampa?
I should specify.
Okay, thank you. Unfortunate. We hope that he's okay, that's just maybe a cramp that he can walk off. As Blackfoot getting a little bit of breathing room here as they were piling it up against their own end zone. They now line up. Grimmett snaps, calls for the ball. He's going to hand it off to Ramirez. Ramirez going to hit that hole off the guard tackle spot, and he's going to push forward for a gain of probably 7 on the play. He's got some really fast speed. A few words being exchanged now between the Bulldogs and Ramirez, as I don't think he appreciated the dog pile on top of him. Not quite sure what's going on. No, nothing other than a few friendly "Hi, how are yous?" Fortunately, no penalties, and it is a gain of 7. So Ramirez having a great night as he's driving, and really doing well on the Blackfoot offense.
Yeah, not only Blackfoot's been keeping the ball in bounds, so it's taking time away from any kind of Bulldog attempts they're going to make on offense.
Grimmett pitches out to Ramirez as he's going to go around the left corner of the field. He doesn't get the big wide open spaces, but he gets the 3 yards, and that'll be a first down for the Blackfoot Broncos as they continue their drive down the field. And as you said, Matt, more important than anything else, they just keep eating away at that clock. With 10 minutes left now in the game, Nampa needing to get a defensive hold here and get that ball back desperately. Blackfoot's going to throw out to King. King's going to take that ball. He's going down the sideline. One man to beat. He beats him. King is going to dance into the end zone. Touchdown, Blackfoot. And that is where your star receiver, Javante King, made the catch with a man right on him, man-to-man. He went about 10 yards. We thought he was going to come down as there was 2 Nampa Bulldogs there to bring him down. He somehow evades both of them and has nothing but air between him and the end zone. Dances into the end zone, and the Broncos now taking physical control of this game in a dominant fashion, as it has been all Blackfoot this second half of game. Really, since the first half, it's really been fairly dominant Blackfoot. As the officials now talking to Grimmett, who will be the place kick holder for the PAT. Now they're going to go down. Grimmett calls for the ball. The kick is up. It looks to be good. It is good, and the Broncos now, as we said, take control of this quarterfinal playoff game with another touchdown. 9 minutes, 52 seconds left to play in the half It's the Blackfoot Broncos 28, the Nampa Bulldogs 0. Matt, you want to just recognize our other commercial sponsor for tonight's game?
Yeah, Sputnik is an international company meeting the needs of potato growers in both field and storage equipment across the globe. Sputnik's customer-focused commitment to the potato industry has allowed them to grow and invest millions of dollars in research and development in manufacturing methods and potato equipment technology. This investment continues to put Sputnik on the cutting edge of machinery development and as a partner with potato growers to feed the world. Their corporate headquarters are located in Blackfoot, Idaho, and Sputnik is proud to support the local high schools and the student athletes. So big thanks to Sputnik just down the road off of Highway 39 or 26.
Pioneer Highway, isn't that where the corporates are?
Pioneer, yeah, you're right.
Pioneer, great employer here in the Blackfoot area, but not just in the Blackfoot area. They all worldwide. Great company here. Appreciate their support. Shelley still having their way with Sandpoint. Now Blackfoot's going to kick off. The Bulldogs take the recovery. They were trying to build up a return, and the Broncos nothing doing. The great move by the Bulldogs. I can't even pretend to pronounce this name. Leon Afamasaga had a great move. He came around to the left side of the field. It looked like he had a seam, and what was one Blackfoot defender all of a sudden became three, and they just brought him down at the 30-yard line, and that'll be 1st and 10 for the Nampa Bulldogs in a must-do. They got to start throwing in quick sequence, get some plays off. Navarro now doing that as he throws a deep pass over the middle. He throws it way high. His receiver not able to bring that in, as that is my favorite punter, Peyton Gunter, the punter. I got a rhyme now. Peyton Gunter, the punter. The ball way over his head. He's lucky that there wasn't a safety in position, because that was far enough over his head it could have been easily picked off.
Well, I don't pretend to know all the rules about officiating, but you wonder about intentional grounding there, as a possibility. That was.
Nah, I think he was trying to make that play. He's excited. He's trying to make things happen. Navarro now again with a quick pass. He throws over to Schuler, and it goes beyond Schuler's grasp, but another pass falls incomplete. Schuler has been both he and Gunter have been steady as can be. The good hands club tonight, and both of those passes just beyond their ability to pull in. Navarro, I think, excited. Like I said, he's trying to get this offense. He knows it's got to be passing plays. You can't hand off and eat up time with 9 minutes and 37 seconds left in this game. They need to make things happen quick, and I think he's trying to force those, and his passes indicate that. He's been a really quite a consistent, good passer on those short passes tonight. So now there's a little bit of confusion in the backfield as Gunter doesn't know which side he's supposed to be on, and he and Schuler now trade spots. They'll go trips to the top of this field, and now I think they run out of time. It's going to be a delay of game or a timeout, one of the two. Yeah, now the Bulldogs, knowing the head coach on the sideline, knowing they were out of time, wisely calls the timeout, because I was watching the count, and they were down to about 1. And so the head coach, being aware, sometimes they're not aware as things get out of hand, as they're trying to get players set. Hats off to the coaching staff for the Nampa Bulldogs, as they did not let that happen to them. No delay of game penalty for them, or a force of the ball being snapped when they had multiple men in motion. All right, we're going to have a timeout on the field as we're looking to see if the Nampa Bulldogs can convert what's been a pretty good offensive game for them into some points, as their turnovers have just hurt them. Between pass interceptions, a fumble, a penalty that turned into a punt, and then a defensive stand by the Broncos, and what should have been a scoring play. Navarro's going to throw that quick pass in the middle. He looks for a blocker. He's got a receiver. That's Trace Higgins. Higgins going to take the ball clear across the other side of the field, running the wrong way. But he's, I think, going to pick up 8 yards in what he probably just ran 40 yards. He took the pass here on the short side of this field. He ran diagonally to try to get some blockers, and now they're going to say he picked up 10 yards, so they'll move the chains in a great move for the Bulldogs. They get a 10-yard play out of what had to wear Higgins out. I was getting out of breath watching him run. And Navarro's going to fake the handoff. He's going to keep it himself. He stutter steps as he waits for a blocker to go in front of him. He's probably going to pick up 4 yards on that, maybe 5 even, depending on the spot. That's a gutsy move for Navarro as he took a pretty nasty hit last time he carried. I'm going to give him 5 yards on that play, so it's going to set up a 2nd and 5 on the play. Just under 9 minutes now, 8:50+ seconds and counting. Navarro with the ball. He's going to throw deep. He's got a receiver. It's going to be a tussle. We're looking to see what they call. I think they're going to call that a catch. That's Gunter, who had to wrestle it away from the Blackfoot Bronco at the 27-yard line of the Broncos. Gunter able to do that in a heads-up play. Again, Gunter the punter showing his importance for college recruiters out there.
It's kind of like baseball. The tie goes to the runner. They both came down with it, but they'll give it to the offense in that scenario.
All right, the Bulldogs now, Navarro takes the ball. He doesn't have anybody to throw to. He's going to go upfield. He's going to pick up a few yards. Trying to see Henderson bringing him down for the Broncos, but Trayden Henderson brings him down, but not after he's picked up a gain of 7 on the play. So great move out of a broken execution of that play. Bulldogs set up. Navarro moving these teams. Going to hand it off to Schuler. Schuler's going to take it. He hits his tackle, trying to go off tackle, and they're going to stop him at the line of scrimmage as Trayden Henderson and Braxton Marlett make that stop. But Henderson having a good night tonight. Well, just because he's a relative, I have to point that out. Not only is he a district wrestling champion, not a state wrestling champion, but a district, he's also a 4.0 student. So, and a good ball player. Great action tonight. Sorry, Matt, what were you going to say?
I'll say it after this play real quick.
Navarro takes the ball. He's going to orchestrate it. Quarterback keeper. He takes that right off the center. Takes it off the center and the guard. I'm trying to see where they spot it. They get the first down and then some. This post, not my friend right now, as they're going to spot that right about the 13-yard line. And the Bulldogs with a first down, again in scoring territory. They've got to make this happen for them. They're going to hand it off. Carrillo's going to take the juke move it down to probably the 9-yard line. He'll pick up a gain of probably 4 or 5 on that.
Yeah, I was going to say this is the territory that has been unsuccessful for the Bulldogs this night. You know, they've been getting down here to the red zone, but they just go 4 and out, and then just can't hold on to anything down here. But we'll see what the Bulldogs pull up. They've been getting first downs at the very least.
They have. They've been driving the ball. They've driven the ball all game. Just haven't been able to get it in the end zone. Now I think with an opportunity to do so, Navarro's going to take the ball. He's going to hand it off to Schuler. Schuler's looking for a blocker. He's going to get the first down. He comes down just shy of the end zone as Deegan Hale makes the stop, saving the touchdown. But the first down certainly for the Bulldogs now, and an opportunity from the 2 to get into the end zone and get off of the goose egg from the scoreboard. Navarro's going to call for the snap. He's going to hand it off to Schuler. Schuler again trying to get into the end zone, and the Broncos are not going to let him as they bring him down. The gain of about a half a yard on the play, and that is going to be Preston Aubrey making the stop for the Broncos. And what I thought was going to be a make-up move to Schuler, let him into the end zone. Doesn't get it, so the Bulldogs back at the line, 2nd down and goal. Navarro calls for the ball, going to hand it off to Carrillo. Carrillo's going to get into the end zone, waiting for the call. They do say now, touchdown, Nampa Bulldogs. And that gets them off of that goose egg, and really, with 5 minutes and 45 seconds to play, probably not enough time to pull off the win here but the opportunity for them to make it look a little bit more respectable than 28-0.
We're restoring some honor here, definitely for Nampa.
I like that. Another scoring move for the Rigby Trojans. They now lead in the fourth, 11 minutes in the fourth, 34-14. So they also well in control of that game. As the Nampa Bulldogs look for the PAT, the kick is up. It looks to be good. The officials indicate it is good. So the score now after that drive by the Nampa Bulldogs, Blackfoot 28, Nampa 7, with 5 minutes and 45 seconds left in the game. Matt, if you were looking at the Friday Night Flash, I don't know if you had a chance to look and see who the winner of this game plays. If you haven't, would you, so that we know where we're going to be located next week. We're coming down to the semis, so home field advantage becoming more and more important, especially if it's going to be played outside. The advantage here on this side of the state and in the northern part of the state is there's always, if it's available, the opportunity to play inside the Holt Arena or the Kibbie Dome up in Moscow. And certainly I'll be at the Holt Arena tomorrow broadcasting games. It is a great place to broadcast games. It's nice and comfortable. They don't have lazy boy recliners, but they certainly have a press box. It's inside. It's not cold like it is tonight. Folks, we hope you're by a nice, cozy fire enjoying this game because it's bitter cold. Not so bad when we started tonight, but the wind has kicked up, and that wind has a chill to it here. So be glad you're not here. And if you are here and you're listening to us, I hope you're covered up in some Carhartts and blankets. And we're fortunate our ears are covered. We have headsets on, but I hope you have something on too. All right, the Bulldogs with the onside kick. The Broncos get the ball in a great catch. I want to see who that was because he went up in the air, made the catch. That is Braxton Marlett. Made the catch to bring it down. And a good move because the Nampa Bulldogs played that well. They were there almost with the catch. And Marlett making sure he was just higher than the Bulldogs as they were ground level looking to try and find the ball. He makes the catch, brings the ball down. They'll mark that at the 46-yard line. A Blackfoot Bronco, 1st and 10, 5 minutes and 45 seconds left in this matchup here at Blackfoot High School. They spot the ball. Blackfoot now going to come up, and you and I both know what this play is going to be. It's going to be a running play, Matt.
Yep. Give it to Ramirez.
Ramirez, the lone back in the backfield. They do hand it off to Ramirez. He takes it up the middle. And now he bounces off the side. He's going to pick up the first down as he gets 12 yards on that carry. And he bounced, literally. He hit that hole. Always impresses me by these young athletes and the way they can just hit a hole in what I would probably fall down on. And they bounce, literally, the only way to say it. Bounce, a spin move, roll around that side. And for Ramirez, that's the difference between a 3-yard gain and a 13-yard gain. As they'll mark the ball at the 43-yard line. 1st and 10, Blackfoot Broncos, and a commanding lead by the Broncos as they just try to eat this clock up. You know they're going to run it, and the Nampa Bulldogs trying to figure out a way to strip the ball, pick off the ball, get a fumble, something, so they get the ball back and try to get in that end zone again before the end of this game. Long clock count. Grimmett's going to take the ball. He's going to hand it off again to Ramirez up the middle. Ramirez gets another first down as he's going to pull forward for a gain of 11 on the play. They'll spot the ball at the 31-yard line. 1st and 10, Blackfoot. Blackfoot now driving for a exclamation point score. The only way I can say it is they have a 21-point lead in this game. And with the ball in 4 minutes, 40 seconds plus counting, Grimmett now, he's going to fake a handoff up the middle. He rolls around the left side of the field, sees it well defended as there's 2 defenders coming in on him. He decides, I really don't want to take the hit. I'm going to take a knee, and that's going to keep the clock going. And it does. It results in a loss of 4 for the Broncos, but now 4 minutes, 20 seconds and counting. And the Broncos just kind of play clock management. They hand it off to Ramirez. Ramirez is going to hit that hole. He's going to pick up the first down, but it's going to come back because there's a holding flag in the backfield. Ramirez picks up a great 20-yard run. Blair Peepo, midfield, the referee at midfield, throws the flag, now gives the indication it is a holding call against the Broncos. It's all coming back in what was a beautiful play. And every time I see a beautiful play and they call a holding play or holding penalty, I always think, so was that beautiful result the result of that hold? Or was that hold inadvertent and it had nothing to do at the end of the play, and you never really know. Right. Unless you see it, I guess.
Well, and I think I saw a defensive lineman was just being held down and couldn't make the play, and whether or not he could have made it to stop him, that's always up in the air, and that's why we don't play.
Ramirez is quick.
That kind of football.
Yeah, well, now it's a second down and 25 instead of a first down for the Broncos, but better even 3 minutes 40 seconds. Grimmett's going to throw it out to King, the top of the field. He'll get back to the original line of scrimmage in a good pickup as he picks up a gain of 15 there. But it does put him at the original line of scrimmage with a 3rd and 10 with the clock counting. And I'm sure Grimmett will come to the line as they set, and he'll watch the clock. He has the advantage of having the scoreboard right in front of him from the 30-yard line as he watches the clock count. 3 minutes, 13 seconds. He takes a snap. He hands it off to Ramirez. Ramirez is going to pick up probably 3 yards, but not enough for the first down as the Nampa Bulldogs now just power move him back almost in a body slam. The Broncos really, I'm not sure if it's the fans or the players. I can't quite tell, but a lot of vocal comments, if we call that nicely, feeling like that he was aggressively taken down. What if you were in a wrestling match would be a great takedown, 3 points. All right, it's a 4th down. The Broncos decide they don't have a problem giving it up here in this territory with 2 minutes 25 seconds and counting. Grimmett will let the clock count down to about 2 minutes and 15 seconds, I think. And he's just waiting, and he's now going to call for the ball. He's going to take it with 2 minutes, 15 seconds, just as we called. He's going to call a quarterback keeper. He takes it around the end. He's going to pick up the first down and about, I'm going to call it 6 yards beyond the first down. Is they're going to spot that? Oh, it's all going to come back again. Another holding penalty. I think the great plays, we've seen more than a half dozen just great plays by both teams pulled back because of these darn holding penalties. And in the quarterfinals, that's dangerous. Well, for the Broncos, it's working out right here as they're just eating up tons of time on the clock. They're going to get another shot at a 4th down play with 2 minutes left on the clock. It is absolutely not something that you want to do because next week you have to play the winner of the Shelley-Sandpoint game. If that's Shelley, Matt, maybe you and I be back on the call again. As that'll be a Southeast Idaho. At Sandpoint, I don't know who. I think that'll be a Sandpoint game again. All right, Grimmett takes a snap. He's throwing deep. He's got a receiver in the end zone. It's going to be dropped by King. His 3 defenders on King. King made a play for the ball. The Bulldogs grab him as he makes the catch and kind of throw him down. The local radio station here to my left, pretty agitated about they felt that was a pass interference call. The officials determine it is not, so that'll be a turnover on downs. They'll give the Bulldogs the ball back at the 37-yard line. Time running out for the Bulldogs to get some more respectability up on the clock. Well, interesting now, up in Sandpoint, the score tied. Shelley and Sandpoint, 14 apiece. The Bulldogs with a throw over the top. They throw it complete to Schuler. Schuler making a great one-handed pass as he continues to run. And he's going to be brought down at the 31-yard line. That's got to be the play of the game. That was beautiful. A one-handed behind the back as he's moving forward catch, and he pulls it in double coverage. So a great move by Schuler. Gets a first down in Blackfoot country. Navarro back to throw. He's going to throw another deep pass. He's got a receiver in double coverage. That pass is going to fall incomplete. That is Brett Sund. Sund dancing in the end zone, indicating that had to have been a pass interference play. And I think the Broncos all saying, hey, buddy, if we didn't get the call on the other end of the field, you're not going to get it down here. And that's exactly what happens. A no call. And Nampa with now the ability with that stopped, that incomplete pass. They stopped the clock with 1:10 left on the clock. They know they're not going to win. They're just trying to get that respectability you talked about, Matt. They come up to the line. Navarro calls for the ball, drops it back. He throws. He's got a receiver. The receiver makes the catch. Unfortunately, he has to go down to make the reception, but a good catch, a first down. And that is Trace Higgins picks up the first down, trying to see the spot. It looks like it's at the 12. So with 1:03 left on the clock, Nampa looking for the opportunity to get the touchdown. They're going to hand off. It's going to go up the middle. He'll pick up a gain of about 5. That's Jamie Quijano.
Yeah, or Jaime Quijano.
Oh, Jaime Quijano. I gotta get my languages down. Nampa now, I think they're going to elect to stop that clock with 44 seconds on the clock. I think they're going to call timeout. Trying to see, half of them are off the field, half of them are on. So I guess they stopped it with the first down. Nope, it's not a first down. It's a 2nd and 4. Not sure what was going on there. They're going to take the snap. They're going to hand it off. Schuler's going to get the ball. He tries to go. He's not brought down. He fakes the player. He goes to the other side of the field. He gets into the end zone. It's going to be a touchdown, Nampa. What a great move by Schuler as he takes that. He's got 2 defenders pulling him down. He spins out of it, goes the other side of the field, and picks his way through a couple of defenders and gets into the end zone in a great play by Ryan Schuler, who's been a heads-up player. He'd be a candidate for the IdahoSports.com player of the game if they were on the winning side. Nampa now with the PAT kick. It's up. It's good. And their respectability points getting on the board for the Nampa Bulldogs as the score now, Nampa 14, Blackfoot 28, and 34 seconds. So basically we'll have a onside kick. If the Broncos are able to receive it or to recover it, they'll run one play and it'll be done.
Yeah, and that's, we're going to see an onside, like you said, and Blackfoot just wants to make sure they get their guys with hands up front, guys with hands that aren't frozen to the bone right now, I guess you should say, in this wind. And, they have flags down here on the sideline marking where people can be off of on the track, and those flags are just going crazy.
Yeah, those are at a very steep breeze. I noticed the flag team out on the field. Usually those guys have to, the girls, not the guys, have to move them to get the flags to lay out. They were just standing, nothing happening, and those flags were all at attention. So it's a pretty stiff breeze here as we look at the final seconds of this quarterfinal state playoff game. And a flag now flies as the line judge, I think, is going to say, I don't like something. Is that going to be on the Blackfoot coach?
I think there's something either said or sideline warning.
Sideline warning. That's what they indicate now.
This one will be a flag, so it's
Blackfoot starting to party a little bit too soon. So I think they're going to it's a warning, not a penalty, though, because I don't see them moving the ball.
Yeah. The first flag is going to be a warning. It's a discretionary. They can issue 5 on the first one or not, but.
Well, I guess it depends on if you want to give Nampa a shot. They don't. They just call it a warning. Blackfoot lines up everybody at the front waiting for the onside kick. 1 player deep for the Broncos and all the good hands players for the Bulldogs. Now the onside kick, it's up. It's going to go 20 yards deep. The Broncos didn't hit the ground. It just went sky high, gave them plenty of room to get underneath it, play center field, make the catch, go down to a knee. At the 36-yard line, it looks like. The Blackfoot Broncos will take over. 33 seconds on the clock. Enough time for them to take a knee and let clock run out. And the Broncos will advance on to the semifinals, a place where they've been often. over the last few years as they've brought home a few state titles here to the Blackfoot Bronco High School. They're going to line up now in celebration mode. Grimmett, I thought he was going to go under center. He's just got two backs. He'll take the snap and the knee. And, folks, that'll represent probably the end of the game as we now come under 30 seconds. The Broncos running around the field congratulating each other as they wait for time to go out. Of course, the officials still saying the clock hasn't run out, so I'm waiting to see if there's something to say. Now, is there a flag?
For the sake of making it official, I think you got to wait for the time.
Okay, the Broncos now coming to the sideline. The Bulldogs going to their sideline. 2, 1, 0. It's official here in Blackfoot, Idaho, as the Blackfoot Broncos knock off the Nampa Bulldogs by a final score 28-14, and the Broncos will head off into the semifinals. We're going to drop away to some of our commercial sponsors, and we'll be back with the IdahoSports.com player of the game and the wrap-up here in just a few moments.
Dear Detour, you took us off-road on the gnarliest trails. You asked us to measure up, so yeah, we did. When life slings you mud, sling it right back. Stay strong, Toyota trucks.
Every new Toyota comes with Toyota Care, our no-cost maintenance plan. Visit your local Toyota dealer today. Find yours at Toyota.com. Toyota, let's go places.
Athletes know how important it is to stay hydrated. But did you know there are other ways to hydrate besides just drinking water? In fact, milk is a great hydration option because it actually contains water as well as electrolytes that are lost when your body sweats. So consider taking milk along with you to your next game or competition and enjoy the taste of greatness. For more help finding your greatness, visit unbottled.com.
It's time to start planning for back to school. That's why I got my kids vaccinated for COVID-19, so they can be protected from COVID when they're back in the classroom. Kids 12 and older can get vaccinated. The vaccines have been researched and tested. They're safe and they work. Getting vaccinated was quick and easy. You can walk into a pharmacy to get one. We got our COVID-19 vaccine, and I hope everyone will choose to get vaccinated too.
Get a free COVID-19 vaccine today. Find a location near you at covidvaccine.idaho.gov.
We're a valley-wide country store. For 100 years, we've been your #1 choice for food, fuel, farm supplies, and just about everything else you could need to get you through your day. We know you work until the job is done, and so do we. For gas on the go, or a little extra to help you get down the road, you can count on us. We are proud to employ your neighbors and to be a cornerstone of your community. We're valley-wide. Yesterday, today, and tomorrow. We're here for you.
A hit in the morning, another between class, after school, and more before bed. Vaping sucks you in quick. Not to mention all the chemicals and health problems everyone's talking about. That's why thousands of teens are ready to take back their life their own way with My Life, My Quit. When you sign up with us, you'll get a free and simple quit plan that makes it easier to stop vaping. Visit mylifemyquit.com or text Start My Quit to 36072.
You train, you sweat, you practice, you go for the gold, you give 110%, but most of all, you aim for greatness. And Milk is the performance enhancer that can help get you to your goal. Trusted by athletes and backed by science, there's a healthy helping of greatness in every refreshing glass of milk. So let nature's original sports drink help quench your thirst for greatness. For more help finding your greatness, visit unbottled.com.
I decided to get vaccinated because I wanted to protect myself and my family and my customers from COVID-19. When I went to get my COVID-19 vaccine, it was an easy process. It's readily available. Since I got vaccinated, I'm confident I'm protected against the COVID-19 virus. My life has returned to business as usual.
Welcome back to Blackfoot High School as we have watched the Blackfoot High School Broncos defeat the Nampa Bulldogs by a final score of 28-14 in what was really a very interesting game as the Nampa Bulldogs came out first half, really dominated the offense. Broncos not having much of anything. And then the second quarter, the first quarter, not the first half, the second quarter the Broncos came out, were able to move the ball downfield, picked up the touchdown, got a little bit of taste, if you will, of scoring action in their blood, and literally all kinds of activity going on here in the booth as we're trying to dodge people. And the opportunity to take a commanding lead, they didn't. They took a 7-0 lead into halftime, and it came out from half. Both Matt and I here wondering who was going to light it up, who was going to make the second half the dominant statement, if you will, moving forward in the state playoffs, and that was tonight, the Blackfoot Broncos.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. At halftime, it was anyone's game, and Blackfoot just capitalized on what they saw, what they had from the first half. And it's always a sad thing to see at the end of the season, just for all these seniors out here tonight. With some of the statistics we get before the game on the rosters, and just in knowing the players from being locals, we see a lot of these guys have academic honors.
That's cool.
4.0s, 3.8 or higher, 3.6 or higher. Just really good things for both sides here, and it's that's high school football. There's always accolades to see, and just a job well done for a lot of these youth. This is the last time they'll hang up their pads tonight and have look back on it with fond memories.
Well, it's a long bus ride when it's the end of your season and you got to drive 4 hours back to Boise, Nampa, excuse me. And I'm sure Nampa will be staying here locally, maybe in Pocatello tonight as they recover. Hopefully there's a hot tub, because there's certainly a number of those Nampa Bulldogs playing a tough game tonight, needing the jacuzzi tub. I think their quarterback, Gabe Navarro, what a great game he played tonight. He took hits that I wouldn't want a running back to take, and all but one time bounced up right back from it. So certainly he's going to fill it. I think Schuler and Gunter and Carrillo all going to fill it. They played fabulous games tonight for the Bulldogs. Really the difference in tonight's game for the Bulldogs being in this game and playing down to the wire was the turnovers. 4 turnovers in a game, it's tough to come back from that kind of turnover ratio.
Absolutely, it's a battle every time. Yeah, that brings us to our IdahoSports.com player of the game, and it's always a hard decision for us. We like to give honorable mentions, and as those we've mentioned, really good job to them tonight. We also like to shout out King on
Javante King
on a good game tonight. Kind of getting an honorable mention tonight, but score update. The Highland game.
That's phenomenal.
22-21.
Yeah, the Highland kicker, Ian Hershey. We watched him earlier in the Thunder Ridge Highland game. Remember, he was booting 50-yard field goals, and we said that's just not happening. Tonight, Ian Hershey kicked a 58-yard field goal in the fourth quarter in Highland, 22-21.
So that was game deciding.
I'm trying to see if that's a final.
Wow.
So I'm going to ask our Friday night Flash folks if that's a final. Go ahead, and I'll see if I can get an answer.
Yeah, and as at the end of the day, our award will go to Ramirez.
Our IdahoSports.com player of the game?
Yeah.
Yeah, Austin Ramirez, really the difference in this game as he came out in that third quarter from halftime and they just gave it to him, and he punched it up the middle, up the middle, up the middle. He took it all the way from, I think, the 20-yard line of the Broncos down to the 20-yard line of the Bulldogs. And because he was taking it up the middle, off tackle, and picking up 5-10 every time, Matt, that is a final now. 22-21, Highland pulls off the win with a 28-yard field goal.
No, not 28.
Or a 58-yard field goal. They pull off the 1-point win after a 58-yard field goal by Ian Hershey for the Highland Rams in a phenomenal kick to end the game. That is high school state football playoffs at its best, folks. And we've been here right with you on IdahoSports.com in many, many games. But Remita certainly being our IdahoSports.com player of the game. But what about our local radio guys here helping us out? Remita's having the game, as we say. He's IdahoSports.com player of the game. 21 carries, 183 yards. How do you not recognize a player that's had that kind of a night? So our hats off to Remita's and his play tonight. Matt?
Yeah, not only that, he's also recognized as a high honors student with a 3.8 or higher GPA, and so all around, good athlete, good student.
That's great. Blackfoot wanting to know who they're going to play, and not. That's a good question, because right now the Sandpoint Shelley game tied up 14 apiece as the Russets trade interceptions with Sandpoint, both of them just now trading interceptions. We're trying to figure out who the play will be for Blackfoot Broncos next week, and it's tough to say as they're an hour behind us, so not able to keep up with the action tonight. Blackfoot Broncos will be facing a semifinal game between the winner of the Shelley Russet Sandpoint game. Wish we knew who that was. But we're grateful for you being in attendance with us as we've been here at Blackfoot High School. Matt, any last words before we recognize honorable mention for you tonight?
Yeah, just stay up to date on IdahoSports.com. Check out the Friday Night Flash, and as well as putting your picks for games, and tune into the podcast that goes on throughout the state.
We have a podcast by region, so you want to tune into the IdahoSports.com podcast, as well as our excellent and quality editors and sports writers at IdahoSports.com will do an analysis of the state semifinal games in each of the classifications. So you want to check out them and make sure that you know what's going on, not just with the game that you want to see, but who your team might play if they win the next game, because it will be for the state championship the next time if they get a win. But all of that will be on IdahoSports.com. Looks like Sandpoint has taken the lead, 21-14, at the end of the third, up in Sandpoint. So that home field advantage looks like it might be coming to fruition so far. Another quarter of play there. So we'll encourage you to stay tuned to IdahoSports.com Friday Night Flash, as we'll update that as soon as that game goes final. Or, of course, you could always jump over to the live broadcast on IdahoSports.com and the opportunity to follow that game and know who the Blackfoot Broncos will be facing in next week's semifinal game. Folks, this has been an IdahoSports.com game stream production of the 2021 Idaho State Football Tournament. Tournament coverage presented by the Idaho Division of Public Health, your local Toyota dealer, Valley-wide Co-op and Country Stores, and Project Filter. Stop smoking, start living. We'd like to thank our local advertisers and our power boosters. Tonight's power boosters for the Nampa Bulldogs. Big Insurance, that's BIG Insurance. Overhead Door Company. Pacific Residual Mortgage. Transwest Systems, LLC. Best Western Pepper Tree, Nampa. And for the Broncos, Conquest Insurance. Trans Systems, LLC. Blaine Robbins Electric. Teton Auto Group. Bingham Memorial Orthopedic Institute, and 21st Century Auto Sales. Also, our commercial sponsors, Lava Hot Springs. Lava Hot Springs?
Lava. You said it right.
Okay. Now you have me all confused. Lava Hot Springs and Spudnik Equipment. We're grateful for these fine sponsors and boosters. They help keep this broadcast coming to you live so you can watch it in the comfort of your home and not the frigid blowing wind that Matt and I have been going through tonight's game. Congratulations again to Austin Ramirez, our IdahoSports.com player of the game. Thanks for joining us tonight as the Blackfoot Broncos have defeated the Nampa Bulldogs by a final score 28-14. For my broadcast partner, Matt Kelly, and everyone else behind the scenes here at IdahoSports.com, my name's Tim Belknap saying thanks for joining us, and make sure you stay tuned to IdahoSports.com